Hello and welcome back to another Prime Day stream. And you know what's really crazy? Uh, Burrito here is sleeping, and you don't want to be sleeping on these deals. Burrito, wake up. And also mute your computer. Thank you. Burrito, wake up. You don't want to
Oh,
be missing these Prime Day deals because they're insane. They go up to 30% off.
oh my God! Sorry, I was sleeping on these deals. I'm awake now. I'm locked in. These deals are wild. It's 30% off. It's the last day to shop.
Yep.
Our Elgato Prime Day deals. So don't miss out on them. I know. See, Moose gets it.
Yeah, don't sleep on these Prime Day deals.
Game Humbler. It was just an excuse to rest my eyes for a moment.
In fact, folks, listen. It's what is today? Friday?
It's
We've been
Friday.
live
Friday.
every single day this week except Monday.
Yes.
So 4 days, 4 out of 5 days.
Yes.
We've been telling you the same thing, that we have Prime Day deals going on right now where you can save up to 30% on various different Elgato products. If you still haven't, what's the Justin Bieber meme? If that still hasn't come across yet, you know what's the thing?
I'm
Whatever
not
he
sure off the top
says.
of my head.
You
I
know,
just
it's
woke
like,
up. I just
it's
woke
not
up, guys.
clicking? If that's not clicking,
Oh yeah,
okay,
yeah. What's
yeah,
not clicking?
yeah, what's not clicking about these Prime Day deals?
The egg says I
Like,
need to
yeah.
stop buying so many things. I've already bought everything you've recommended the last 4 days. Wow.
You're awesome.
Dang. Share photos in the Discord.
Yeah, please. We have the Flex Zone, or if you're on
W.
Reddit, share it there. We would love to see your setups after you add all of your Elgato Prime Day savings to it.
Like
Prime Day
Nike says,
products.
just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah. So
It's free
today's the
roasting.
final day. We have well, should we run through the day a little bit? What we're
Yeah.
going to be doing, what we're talking about?
Today we're talking about everything. We're talking about life itself. No, we're talking about all the products that are on sale. So it's the more general stream that we're doing today. So any questions you had throughout the week, if it's about Stream Deck, Wave, lighting, prompter, webcam, cam link, capture, whatever it is, now is the time to ask them. You can already start asking them and we'll queue them up. So please, start asking your at the beginning of every stream, we have
I think
to.
these chairs go up by themselves or somebody
No,
makes it
I
go
think
up.
it's the different guests need
Oh.
different heights. Yeah,
The meaning of life.
I think I'm the shortest guest we have on the stream. So.
Sorry. Anyways, please continue.
I don't even remember what I was saying. Yeah, we're talking about all the products that are on sale for Prime Day, and we'll also have some guests today. So the first guest we'll have is in about 20 minutes. We'll have Julian, head of Elgato. You guys know him, and you've
John
seen all the leaks
Elgato
the leaks
himself.
on Twitter. So yeah, I'm very excited to talk to Julian, and we'll be discussing his favorite of our
Yeah.
deals, what he thinks you guys should know about the products that are on sale, and yeah, just generally just discussing and he'll answer your
And
questions as
remember
well.
what we talked about yesterday, chat. Remember what we said,
Yes.
right?
Remember
Right.
what we said,
Right.
that there could be some sort of giveaway
If
if you're on your best behavior.
and if the questions comes up, did you buy Elgato products or Prime Day? The answer is, of course, what do we all say?
I really practice. Okay, hey Julian, yeah, let's ask chat. Like, did they buy any products for Prime Day? Did you guys buy any products for Prime Day?
Yes.
We're practicing.
Yes. Someone's typing no. Now, see, that's the wrong keys on the keyboard. You
Yes,
type. That's
absolutely.
a great answer.
Actually, yes. Well, let's leave it
Actually,
at actually, because that's a little suspicious.
actually, yes.
I just buy light milk. Oh my
Okay,
God.
so good. We're aligned on that. But you know what else we should align on? The deals that we currently have going on.
Yes.
So let's take a
Wait, I
look.
want to say one more thing
Oh,
too. We have two extra guests. So we're talking to Julian first, and then we're going to be talking to Big Nose Bear, and then we're going to be talking to Christian from Corsair, who will be telling us all about their deals that they will be running, that they're still running, and today as well for Corsair. So if you actually want to learn a little bit about some Corsair products, some keyboards, headphones, all of that good stuff, we will be talking with them later today.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Shall we take a look at some deals?
Let's look at some deals.
Let's look at some deals. All right. Remember, if you go on, or rather, if you go on, oh, I need to close this. If you go on elgato.com, you will have a beautiful page here that our team has worked on. It's the front page. It's the home page. You'll see here how long the deals are still live for, as well as the region. Now, it should automatically select the region that you're in. We're, of course, in the United States here, but if you're in a different region, go ahead and in this dropdown, select your region, and you'll see all the deals there. As we move on, we can take a look at some of our top deals. And check this out. This is the community deal. This is so cool. If you were here yesterday, you'll know what this is. If you weren't here yesterday, you guys, chat, actually got to vote on which product went on sale, and you all voted on Stream Deck XL. It is now on sale with a crazy deal of up to 20% off. So check this out. You can get Stream Deck XL for $199.99. Usually it's $249.99. So that's a savings of 20%. And you voted on that. That was your choice. We had Stream Deck Neo, we had Wave DX, and Stream Deck XL, and you guys, chat, you voted on Stream Deck XL. So that's awesome. So that's on sale right now in the US. You can get that for up to 20% off. Next, we have some of our top deals here. You can save up to 30% on Wave Mic Arm LP, that in black here, and then also Wave Mic Arm Pro in white. In fact, Wave Mic Arm Pro in white is what we're currently using right here. So if you like what you see, if you like the flexibility, then check out Wave Mic Arm Pro. Or if you want something for a little bit cheaper, excuse me, then you can go with Wave Mic Arm LP in black here. And I'm going to speed run through some of these. Of course, Stream Deck, the staple. You all know it. You all love it. And for those of you who don't have it, well, now's the chance because you can get it for Stream Deck Mark II in black for up to 20% off. If you're looking for the white version, we have that one for up to 10% off. The Stream Deck Plus with XLR dock bundle. Hey, Burrito, what was the info on that? Is that coming back? Is that not coming back? I think we're trying. No, it is we're still figuring out the info there. So Oh, there we go.
So we have some updates on that deal for you guys. So our team wasn't able to get it on for Prime Day. However, to remedy this, we will have it available at Elgato.com starting tomorrow, I believe.
Ooh.
So thank you guys so much for your patience throughout the week. You know, we were working really hard to try to get that deal, but we will have it on Elgato.com tomorrow. So it may not be the exact same deal, but it should end up being the same price, right? Like I think you're still gonna you're gonna have to buy Stream Deck Plus and then XLR dock
Mhm.
like bundled, but it's not like the one that comes in the same box. Like you'll get the Stream Deck Plus
Got
and the
it. So
XLR
in
dock.
cart,
So it's
it'll
basic.
yeah.
You're basically getting the same thing, but it's just on Elgato.com. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, check it out at elgato.com tomorrow. For microphones, if you're looking for some audio, we talked about it earlier in the week. You can get Wave Neo for up to 35% off. This is an incredible deal. You can get Wave Neo currently for 56.99. It's actually 2% more than what's even on elgato.com. So that's awesome. The deal that we have here, it's 37%. So you get a really good sounding mic as well as the Wavelink software with that, which gives you a ton of features for audio effects like voice focus, VSTs, as well as audio routing and mixing capabilities. Of course, we also have another microphone arm here. We have the Wave Mic Arm High Rise. Now, this one is really, really great if you want your microphone to come up and over your monitor. Maybe you've got a podcast setup where you have a little side table and you mount the microphone arm to that. Or in your setup, you just want to keep your table a little bit more clear and you want to add your, have your microphone come in over the side. Additionally, if you have things like overhead cameras, if your webcam is light enough, then you can even put it on the Wave mic arm high rise. So this is just a really great versatile mic arm. It's got really nice cable channels that you can run your cables through to make sure that everything looks really clean, and it clamps onto your desk. And you can save up to 30% on this microphone arm right now and get it for a nice price of $69.99. So that's really awesome. You use this for your prompter? Oh, wow. I didn't actually, I guess in terms of weight that works. Off the top of my head, I wasn't sure, but okay, if you use that for your prompter, that's awesome. I guess you can put your prompter on there as well. Moving on, we've got the Wave Mic Arm Low Profile also in white for up to 30% off. And then we, of course, have Wave Desk Stand. Wave Desk Stand is another just a great option if you want to have a more portable microphone arm that you can put on your desk, put on a table. If you're doing cooking stuff, you can take it into your kitchen. You could, move it around. You can also put other things on it, right? You could put a camera on it. You could put a light. You can put a shotgun mic. It doesn't matter what. It's just got a 1/4 inch thread. Then Wave Desk Stand is a great option there. Prompter at this point is sold out. So we've got thank you to everyone out there. We really hope you enjoy your prompter. We're looking forward to seeing all your posts about it. Yeah, well, of course, next up is cameras. So we can save, or you can save, we can save up to 20% off Camlink 4K here. This will take any DSLR and turn that into a webcam for your computer. So if you want to use your high-end DSLR, action camera, GoPro, whatever it might be, point and shoot, then you can do that with Camlink 4K. And then there's, of course, also the Facecam Mark II. So if you just want really, really high quality, really great looking 1080p 60 video, it's uncompressed with camera settings that you can save right on the device, as well as control via Camera Hub software, LUTs, background blur, and more. Then Facecam Mark II is the one for you, and you can save up to 20%, which brings that price down to $110, which is a really great price for this camera. I'm pretty sure it'll beat out any other camera at that same price point in terms of just the video quality and then all the software that you get along with that in Camera Hub. Then we have capture here. So we have the HD60X, which is a great option for something like the Switch 2 or Switch 1. Maybe you're capturing from a Steam Deck or an Xbox One X or something like that. This is a great option with 4K 60 HDR and VRR pass-through, and then 1080p 60 capture with HDR or up to 4K 30 as well. If you do have a next gen console and you're looking to, play in 4K 120 with HDR and VRR, we also have 4KX on sale for up to 20% off. And this one you can even capture 4K at 120 in SDR or 1440p 60 with HDR. So it's a great option if you again have something like a Switch 2 or an Xbox Series X or a PlayStation 5 or even a PlayStation 5 Pro. Got a VHS tape, got video capture here up to 25% off. And finally, we have key lights. Of course, any webcam is going to look better when you have great lighting. Doesn't matter just how good the camera itself is. And so we have Key Light Mark II here for up to 25% off. This is just a Wi-Fi controlled light. It's really big. It gets really bright. It has a clamp mount that it comes with, so it clamps onto your desk. and you are all set there with that Wi-Fi control, including a Stream Deck. And then finally, if you're looking for a little bit of a smaller light, something that's a little bit more portable, then you can get Keylight Neo. You can mount it on the top of your monitor, on the top of your laptop. It's got USB power, so you don't need wall power for it. Makes it even more portable. It's got controls on the front of it. You can, of course, control it via your computer using our Control Center app, or even over Wi-Fi using your phone. So this is a really portable, versatile option, and you can save up to 35%, which I think also brings it down to like $70, something like that. 59. So it's actually 60. So 59.99 for this light. This is really, really awesome. And yeah, those are all the deals that we currently have going on. Again, you can check them all out at elgato.com. There's that timer at the top there. They do end, at, I believe it's always midnight in your local region. So if you're in Europe, for example, you have a little bit less time left. If you're in the US, you have a little bit more time left. But today is the last day of Prime Day. So make sure that you get all of the products that you've been wanting to get now because, well, after that Prime Day is over. So yeah,
Yep.
those are all.
Don't miss out.
So question for chat. I know you guys have been saying like, I love my this, I love my that. Well, for those of you who have been looking at these deals, which products have you been looking at? Are you looking at getting a key light, upgrading your lighting quality? Are you looking at getting Facecam Mark II, upgrading your webcam quality? Maybe getting a mic arm and just simply making your setup more aesthetically pleasing, or giving yourself a new angle for your
Vic is
camera?
interested in Mic Arm Pro. That's a
Okay.
great choice. I
Mm-hmm.
love my Mic Arm Pro. I love LP, but I am so bouncy. I'm always moving around in my setup. I'm, standing up to do squats for charity. I'm locked in on a game. I'm moving it to the side for an art stream. I'm using it as a top-down camera for painting. For how dynamic and how every minute of my stream I am in a different place, the Wave Mic Arm Pro is definitely the perfect mic arm for me. If you have a more static setup, then LP is perfect. It will be so good for your setup, and I definitely recommend checking them both out because they're on a really great sale right now for
Yeah.
Prime Day.
And the cool thing is, if you get a mic arm, any of them, either the high rise or the low profile or pro, these are the same mics used by some of the biggest and most professional companies and creators out there. I mean, literally, Apple was using the mic arm high rise at WWDC. So you had you had the entire like senior Apple team sitting there talking, and they all had mic arm high rise there. So it's good
Are you
enough for
name
them.
dropping right now?
Oh, I'm clout chasing. Yeah. So if it's good enough for them, it's good enough for you.
Yeah, I mean, they're also very clean.
Yeah.
And then if you do buy the mic arm, the Pro Wave Mic Arm Pro, you also get the opportunity to buy these color caps, and you
Ooh,
can
that's right.
even buy them and paint them or customize them, maybe with your stream logo, put some stickers on them, and that's just like another added bonus of something like Wave Mic Arm Pro is some additional customization for your setup. We have the cute little purples. Like, look, we have the purple style for our Prime deals. So of course we're like, oh, we gotta have the purple caps on it, of course. All right, so we have a question here from Egg. What's the difference between Pro and LP? I mean, we can bring out an LP real quick. I can get it if you want to. Okay, perfect. The difference is that LP has a what do you call it? It's like a fixed
a wing nut.
Yeah, a wing nut instead of like a
gas piston spring.
Yes, I need like a Stream Deck key that will just like play for me. So it has like a gas piston spring, and it just like plays your voice. I always forget this. I'm literally like, I study it and I always forget this word. But yeah, so this has this wing nut here, and this is how you're gonna adjust the tension, and it's kind of fixed, right? So you can kind of like force it to go higher if you loosen this a little bit, but generally like it's meant to be a little bit more fixed as far as like the vertical range of the mic arm goes, whereas my Wave Mic Arm Pro has that gas piston spring where you can just raise it, lower it, and it'll essentially hold wherever you put it. And then you can also adjust the tension right here on this little spot right here. So you can make it more. You can add more tension if you're having it carry something very heavy, like maybe a heavy camera with a big lens, or it can be lighter, so it's easier to move around for something like Facecam Mark II, which is a little bit smaller and weighs less than like a big lens on a big camera.
In terms of visuals, they're very similar though. The other difference is that the cable channel on the mic arm LP is actually at the top here. So you have this metal cable channel cover here. It's magnetically held on, and then you can simply put that back on like so. It'll keep your cables nice and clean. On the mic arm Pro, It's at the bottom. So
Yeah.
not that huge of a difference, but it's at the bottom. Gives it a
So it's
little bit of
so
a cleaner
clean.
look up here
Yeah.
as well there. So it's
It's
a
it's
minor difference, but there is one.
it's really good for something like Wave DX or like an XLR mic where you have this really thick XLR cable coming right out of the back of the mic. Because I mean, look at my mic right now. You can barely see my cable. You see this, and that's it, right? You barely even see this part of the XLR cable sticking out. But that's because it's like the perfect alignment for an XLR microphone. Something like Wave DX where the XLR cable comes right out of the back, just routes neatly into the bottom and then right back out the other side. It also has 360 range of movement. They both
Yep.
do. So especially if it's doing wireless, it's really good for something like that where you can not only move this top joint 360, but also the joint that clamps to the table, and both of them come with a desk clamp. And then there's also the opportunity to upgrade that to a drilled-in desk
Yeah,
mount.
yeah, if you
Not
can
on
clamp
Amazon
it.
Prime Day sale, but on Elgato.com you can buy what's the name?
I think it's just a Wave desk mount,
Wave desk mount,
I
and where you
think,
can
or
basically
desk mount. Yeah.
drill a hole in your desk and have it permanently fixed. Something that would be great for like a podcast where you have
Yep.
like your nice table, you want everything
Like you put them in the middle,
fixed.
you have a round table or something like that. You
Yeah,
put them in the middle and it's coming outwards. Really
so
nice.
clean.
But then we have this other mic arm too, the mic arm high rise. In fact, I have one right here.
Yes, and while you grab that, Sifter asks about Stream Deck Plus XLR dock. So our team wasn't able to get it available on Amazon for this promotion, but what we will be doing is we'll have a promotion starting tomorrow on Elgato.com to kind of remedy that. So thank you guys so much for your patience. That deal sold out really fast, so we do want to make sure that you get it in your hands, and to do that, we will be having it on sale on Elgato.com. And this is like confidently. I know we were like, hopefully by Friday it'll be back on stock for Amazon, but confidently it will be on sale tomorrow on Elgato.com. So yeah, thank you so much for your patience. I know you're so excited to have it in your setup, and we are also, as you can imagine, also excited for you to have it in your setup.
Absolutely.
So yeah, tomorrow it will be on Elgato.com on sale.
So this is Wave mic arm high rise. As you can see, it is rising even all the way outside of the camera.
That is rising.
It is very clean as well. It's got integrated cable channels here at the top, so you can route your cable through the microphone arm, keeps it really clean. It's got that same desk clamp as all of the other mic arms. You can take it out actually if you want to there as well. Makes the installation easy. And then this is spring loaded, so you do need to put a little bit of weight on there. Something like a camera or a mic will usually do the trick. We also include an additional weight if the thing you put on there is too light. And at that point, it just gives you some real nice flexibility in how again, it could be a shotgun mic and, you could have your mic come from overhead. Microphones don't need to come from the bottom. They could come from the top as well like this. You could have it up here if you have your camera framing like that. This is totally all up to you. It's all pretty much aesthetic and like stylistic choices. There's kind of no right or wrong way. Of course, you still want to sound good. So that's kind of the most important thing. But yeah, let's see. Burrito's actually setting up a Facecam Mark II here.
Yeah.
And
Definitely something you'd want the weight for.
there's that little strip, so you can take that off, and then that opens up the cable channel, and then you can simply route the cable through there. And there's a second one on the other side here. You can pull this off. Again, route the cable through there. Keeps it really nice and clean, and then you just click it back on, and the cable is nice and tucked away. And at that point, yeah, you are all good to go.
That is so clean.
That's Wave mic arm high rise. I think, what was that one off? That was microphone mounts
360.
up to 30% off,
360.
which at that point means you can get it for, right, it was $69.99. So really not. It's like when you go to what is it? Not the dentist, but the eye doctor, and they're like, please look in the thing. And yeah, so you can get this for $69.99, $70. Really solid construction there. So yeah, this is Wave mic arm high rise. You have a couple different options with microphone arms from Elgato, and they're called mic arms, but again, you can mount anything on there. Could be a webcam camera, could be a light, could be even a little other monitor. There's like portable monitors, of which we're actually using one right now. There's the Xenon Edge from Corsair. Even that has a 1/4 inch thread on it, and so you can attach that to the Wave mic arms, and then you could literally have a little display that you could like move around. So microphone arms give you ton of flexibility there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, guys, ask your questions in the chat. Sifter, thank you so much. I'm really glad that you Appreciate that. I know our team's working really hard. We really want you to get that deal. So yeah, thank you so much for your patience. Super appreciated. Can we get a view of the face cam when it's on Wave Mic Arm? I mean, yeah, we can do that probably a little bit later. But
Probably
first,
later. I mean, I could just turn on a Facecam Mark II if you wanna see the quality. That we could do. Like,
yeah,
just
yeah,
really quick,
go
let's
for
do
it.
it. I also totally forgot to mention that Wave Mic Arm High-Res comes with this, extender piece. So if you actually wanted to go even higher,
It has a
it
riser.
comes with this riser in the box. It's also a great zombie defense weapon.
Yeah, it's also a fun fidget toy.
Yeah. But okay, so let's take a quick look here at Facecam Mark II. So this is it here. This is Facecam Mark II going into Camera Hub. You can see here what the quality looks like. You have all the settings here, so you can adjust it. You can change settings. I can make it brighter here. You know, I can adjust the shutter speed. You can see here everything that's going on. I can turn on some noise reduction if I want to. I can change, you know, contrast. Basically, all the settings to just make it look really, really good. And yeah, that's Facecam Mark II here. Then there's also things in Camera Hub like background blur that you can turn on. So there we go. Look at that.
No,
Now
I'm
it
not the background. Put me back in.
there we go. It does detect multiple people. Um, so there's that. And then you can even turn on LUTs. So if you want to, and this might be very subtle on the stream, but if you do want it to look a little bit different, you know, maybe boost the colors, maybe give it a certain vibe or a certain aesthetic. If you want to go black and white, then you can do all that. Actually, let me turn up that intensity a little bit here. There we go. Look at
Ooh,
that. We can
my
really,
lipstick
there we
looks
go.
cool in
Now you
grayscale.
can see the color changes there. So if you want something that's a little bit more like retro, almost like 50s or 60s film, you can do that. If you just want intense colors that are a little bit warmer, you can have that. And these backgrounds, the background blur, the LUTs, and all of that, you can get from Elgato Marketplace, which you can just go ahead and open here. You know, you can find camera LUTs, you get a nice preview, and then you can install them. Some of them are paid, some of them are free. These have been made by creators like yourselves in the community that we've worked with. So if you also make your own LUTs, you can go ahead and upload them to Marketplace if you want to. But yeah, that is a quick look at Facecam Mark
Look
II.
how good the neon light looks. The neon light
Oh, in the
looked
background
so
there, yeah,
good.
it does look really,
Yeah.
really
All right.
nice.
All that being said, we do have a very special guest that will be joining us. But first, we want to show you one of the videos that we played earlier this week because that was on Tuesday. That's
Mm-hmm.
like 5 million years ago. So we're going to show you the video again. It's from one of the incredible creators in the community, Shoto, who made this great video
Are you sure
talking
that's how you
about.
say it? Are you?
Bro,
Are you sure that's how you say it?
I studied.
Shoto? Yeah,
I
I think we
studied.
got it right. And if not, we're gonna appear in another montage.
Another montage. But shout out to Shoto, super cool. And they're going to tell you all about Wavelink right now.
And then
And
when we're
then
back,
when we're back, we will have Julian, head of Elgato, here to talk with us about all the Prime Day deals, his favorite Prime Day deals, how he uses Elgato products, and things that he wants you to know about the products. So prepare your questions, and we'll also be asking you right when he joins if you guys have bought any products, so he can hear all about your experience with Prime Day. Wink, wink.
hint, hint.
So yeah, let's see that video by Shoto.
I gotta hold this thing. Another microphone I could just hold. Okay. One of the most overlooked aspects of content creation I've noticed amongst streamers, and even for me, has been audio production. Finding the right mic, EQ, compression, and for a first-time creator, I can imagine looking at an audio mixer is probably one of the most daunting things. Not for me though. You know, I've been at this for a very long time. Actually, my dad was one of the first people who got me into music. I wouldn't be in audio mixing. You know, I wouldn't know anything. You know, so but I grew out of audio production. You know, I gave all my equipment to my brother. You know, because family is important. You know, I can go on forever talking about what I did, what makes me so important, but that's not why we're here, right? I'm here to talk about a few things, a few Elgato products, actually. So one of the newest additions to my repertoire in streaming and content creation is the Stream Deck Plus. It doubles as an audio mixer, open up programs and shortcuts, that kind of cool thing, you know? But you want to know what's just as important as the Stream Deck Plus? Go ahead, ask. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Elgato's Wavelength. Yeah, that's just as important. You know. I recommend this to professional streamers, casual gamers. You know, this thing can do a whole lot with just so little. One of the most notable things for me is the way you can separate your audio when you're streaming. You can control your sound per input with just one-click audio routing. For example, you're in a Discord call, right? You know what Discord is, right? Your friends are extremely loud. One of them's playing a soundboard 24/7. I'm talking about you, John. But you're locked in, you're in a comp game of Marvel Rivals, you're trying to win, what do? So if you got a Stream Deck Plus or a Mark II, you can twist some knobs, press a button, you can turn them down very easily. You don't have to worry about that anymore. It's pretty helpful. Like, you can't get better than that. Another thing is you don't need third-party apps for those very weird audio effects you like to use in game chat. So in Wavelink, just go to your effects tab, click add effects. You can add some of Wavelink's defaults, or you can add some of your own. Or if you're too broke, you know what I'm saying, you can go over to the Elgato's marketplace, get yourself something for free. And a lot of people don't know that, but don't say I never did anything nice for y'all, okay? Another feature I really appreciate, it's really small, but when you really need it, you'll really need it. Comes in handy. It's called sound check. It's for those moments when you're about to go live, but you're not sure how your mic sounds. It's real easy. Right in Wavelink, all you have to do is record like a small audio clip. You can even add some of your audio effects. Just play it back right then and there. You know exactly how you're supposed to sound. You can go live, get it done. You know what I'm saying? You have no idea how easy you kids got it these days, bro. Like, we have to go through so many different systems and recording playbacks and just add it into OBS and play it back. And so go from being a freaking casual and be a pro like me, get yourself an Elgato mic, get yourself a Stream Deck, because they're both on sale this week, and go download Wavelink. Take this freaking mic.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Shoto, for that amazing video talking about Wavelink. I'm glad we got an opportunity to show it again. So yeah, we'll be able to we'll be re-showing some of the videos. We're here with Julian. Phil.
What?
What now? You're not gonna say it?
Yeah, we're here with John Elgato himself. This is John Elgato. Say hi to everyone in chat.
I'm currently waiting for you to go to an event or something, Julian, and somebody walks up to you and like, "Hey, John." Phil's fault, not mine, okay?
It used to be Papa Elgato. I thought that was quite cool. I mean, I even have sandals that say that. How did
I guess
get to John Elgato?
The times have changed. You've evolved now.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's an evolution or what it is, but
the memes are different. But
All right,
no,
I'll take it. I'll take it. John Elgato. Let's go.
On a more serious note, though, welcome to the live stream, Julian. We're super excited to have you, as I think our community is as well.
Thank you so much for joining us. I know it's a little bit
I'm super excited.
A little bit later for you, but first,
your streams. It's been very entertaining, and to rival Phil's memes a little bit, I brought my soundboard, so I'm ready to go.
That's awesome. I appreciate this already. This is so great.
This was a mistake. This was a mistake. All of this was a mistake. How are you toggling those sound effects, Julian?
With the wonderful Stream Deck, the ever versatile Stream Deck.
Yep.
And one of my
someone
favorite
unplugged that Stream Deck
to annoy people in calls or on stream. Soundboards, voice changers, all that fun stuff.
Got it. All right. Well, to start, the first question that I want to ask you while we queue up some questions from chat. So chat, please, if there's anything you want to know about Julian, I guess I meant to say from Julian, but also I guess about Julian.
My name is John.
What was that?
My name is John. Please.
Oh, sorry. My bad. Anything that you want to know from John, about John, or maybe ask him what happened to Julian, you can ask in the chat, and we'll be queuing up those questions. So this is a great time to learn more about the products, maybe even ask some behind-the-scenes questions. Like we'll really be fielding, at this point, kind of any question, and then obviously Prime Day questions as well. But yeah, the first thing I wanted to ask you, Julian, is all the guests that we've had on stream and the hosts as well, we've had a name for what their bundle would be, right? So mine is the burrito bundle because, I mean, it just works, right? And then we had like, what was Dylan's? It was wild. What would the name of your Prime Day bundle be? And then Dylan's Desired Dream Deals. Chris remembers. That was Dylan's bundle. And then he gave an idea of what products would be in that bundle that are available on Prime Day for sale. So what is your bundle called? And also what is in that bundle?
Ooh, good question. I'm going to lean into my last name here. So I think it would just be the Elgato Fest bundle. And it would contain everything I got in front of me here. So I've got a mic arm pro in white, just like you guys. Very good mic arm. I've got the Starfield Wave 3, which is one of my favorite designs that we've ever done. I feel like this is such a cool looking and timeless design. And then I've got a Stream Deck Plus in front of me, which is, always good to have. Applause for myself. And
when you pat yourself on the back, you're like, nice.
And then I've got this great camera here that you can't get
Yeah.
as part of a bundle yet.
Right. Okay.
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 Good bundle. Dang.
Yeah.
And some of those products you can get on sale right now for Prime Day.
Specifically, the Wave Mic Arm Pro in white. That
Mhm.
one is currently on sale for what, up to 30% off, 20% off, something like that.
Yeah.
Um,
All right. So I think right off the bat, we already have questions. So for the sake of not falling behind on these questions, let's go ahead and ask you some of these. So Human asks, what was the inspiration behind creating Stream Deck? And Stream Deck is on sale for Prime Day, and so is Stream Deck. Stream Deck Plus in some regions, but also will be available on our website tomorrow on sale. So kind of how did that start? What was the reason for Stream Deck being created?
Um, it's That's a good question. The reason was when Twitch started, and I think this was 2014 when Justin TV rebranded to Twitch TV and live streaming kind of started. Um, it was cool, but every stream looked the same. It was like a gameplay and a webcam and microphone audio, and that was it. And it was, depending on who you were watching, it could still be entertaining, but there was not really production value. So if you compared it to a sports broadcast on TV where you've got, a lot going on and all kinds of overlays and camera changes and all this stuff, there was really none of that production value. And so what we set out to do is really to create a product that allows a one-man creator or, single creator to control all of this in a very intuitive way. And live streaming or Twitch streaming is very unique in that sense because as a creator, you have to juggle all these things at the same time. So you are on camera, you're maybe playing a game, you're reading chat, and then you're still trying to control the production, which is not so easy to do. And at that time, there weren't really any tools that made this easy. So people were hacking together numpads and putting stickers on them and using hotkeys and all that kind of stuff. And so we thought, okay, is there a way that we can make this easier? And Stream Deck is kind of what we came up with. We said, okay, we have a keyboard that is dynamic, so it gives you visual feedback, so you know what you're doing, and it gives you status, so it's glanceable while you're live, and you don't have to go fumbling in software to see if your hotkey fired. And then the second thing was, okay, let's actually try to replace hotkeys wherever we can. So we have apps talking to each other, so that, for example, if you change a scene in OBS, you don't have to hope that it worked. It'll actually show you on Stream Deck that it worked, or if it didn't work, it'll also let you know.
Also, when you press the wrong button on Stream Deck, you'll know it went to the wrong scene.
Yeah, exactly.
Guaranteed.
Exactly.
Like we had a couple times here.
So they say, especially with your memes on the screen.
Yeah, exactly.
The rumors.
That was really the goal, was to make live streams more entertaining and to give them a higher production value.
Yeah. So it started with the goal of give people the power of like a production team, but something they can execute themselves alone in their room to start their streams, to build their streams that they've already had going, to help them continue creating content and be able to evolve it more advanced, more creative, just take it to a whole other level that previously was not like doable, or at least not doable easily. But since then, it's really grown, right? Like Stream Deck is not what it was when it came out. It has done. It's now capable of so much more. There's so many more native integrations. And there's so many more use cases that we never would have imagined when it came out that they would be used for. So I guess we know now the inspiration behind creating Stream Deck, why this was made for creators, but how have you seen it grow outside of the creator space?
Yeah, it's grown in all kinds of directions. It's been pretty fascinating to see. I mean, one of the I guess more obvious areas it's grown into is actually professional broadcast. And I think this is quite validating because you'll see Stream Decks used, in the control rooms of the Super Bowl or Oprah or big TV shows or concerts, live events, house of worship broadcasts, whatever it might be. So the fact that you can get the same production controller that is used in professional broadcast for, I think, like $110 on sale today
15 keys, $110. That's wild.
is really cool, right? So it just kind of validates that this is a tool that's also used by professionals. And it's not a toy. It's not something only for Twitch streamers. So that's been pretty fascinating to see. That's what motivated us to make Stream Deck Studio, which we launched last year, which is Stream Deck specifically for broadcast. But then outside of that, yeah, we've seen it show up in some wild places. I think
Wow,
one
yeah.
of the coolest examples is 911 operators, right? So if you call 911, then you get routed to a call center, and you have people there that are going to try and patch you to the right person as fast as possible, right? Because every second is pretty important in one of these situations, and they've all got Stream Deck XLs on their desk, and that's what they're doing to route calls. I couldn't believe it when I first saw that, but it makes sense because actually a lot of these setups on the tech side of things are way more primitive than you would expect. So they were doing the same thing. They had kind of numpads with stickers on them, and that's what they were using before. So for them, Stream Deck XL is a huge step up because you have one central administrator that creates a profile for all these operators and then pushes it out. And again, they're then they're pressing pictures, which is really intuitive to also onboard a new person. And it's just very fast. And that one is cool because the less time it takes them to do something, you're effectively saving lives at that point, which want to go as far as saying Stream Deck is saving lives, but in a way it is. So that's a very cool use case.
Well,
In
I
terms
mean,
of
you don't
saving
want
lives,
to.
we've also seen it in hospitals, so that's also cool. Sorry.
You may not want to go so far as to say you're saving lives, but people can certainly save up to 30% on Stream Deck during Prime Day right
Oh
now.
my god. Oh, I think that gets the award for
I was working on that one.
segue of the week of the year.
It is on
Oh
sale right
my.
now. You can get it. I just wanted to point that out. The savings are huge, you know?
Do you see what I have to
Savings
deal
are
with,
huge.
Julian? I deal with this all day long, by the way. It doesn't end.
Yeah.
It's all day.
No, you stay very patient. Respect.
This isn't a negative thing.
Just joking. Yeah, I saw Egg mention they even saw it in use at a police station. Like it's wild to think of how much that use case has grown, and something that started as taking the pro level production, bringing it to intro level production, made it back to pro level production. Turns out, these pro AV teams also wanted an easier to set up and easier to preview solution as well. It's just really cool. It's really cool to see that Stream Deck has gone from take pro to everybody, but now even pro, it's so good, even pro want it. Flav asks, did you see the YouTube video of someone making a wireless Stream Deck? Is that something you have considered doing at some point? And if was it an interest? If not, why?
And maybe
Yeah,
I
I did
can
see that video. Yeah, go ahead. Phil.
Yeah, or well, as sort of a side joke, and then Julian, you give the real answer. But check this out: I have a wireless Stream Deck right here.
So funny
Boom.
you mentioned that. I also have a wireless Stream Deck.
Everyone
right?
has a wireless Stream Deck in their pocket, and you can try it
Everyone has
right
a
now.
wireless Stream Deck.
Stream Deck
but
Mobile.
people want the physical keys.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
That's what we always come back to. That was also one of the conversations we had originally in 2016 or something when we were building Stream Deck. There were a lot of people that said this should just be an app. Like, why are we making a piece of hardware? And here we are many years later. I think people still like tactile keys. So I did see that video from Finite Singularity. He was a super cool guy. We actually work with him quite closely on building our OBS plugin for Marketplace. And he pieced together this wireless Stream Deck with like $50 worth of parts. And it's super cool. So yes, we definitely are pretty inspired by that. And are going to see if that's something we could turn into maybe another accessory like the USB hub or the XLR dock that we already have for Stream Deck Plus. So you can just turn any Stream Deck into a wireless Stream Deck. And it's kind of a sensible thing to do, right? We're launching Network Dock soon, which lets you take or feed any Stream Deck into your network over Ethernet. And the next step would be to do it wirelessly. So it's definitely something we're interested in. And meanwhile, if you are an enthusiast and want to check out Finite Singularity's video, it's a pretty great guide on how you can create a wireless Stream Deck today if you want to.
I think with wireless, there's some interesting and to give everyone watching a little bit of context here, or maybe insight into thinking as well. When building products, a lot of thought has to go into, well, literally the usability of the product. And one of the things with wireless always is battery life. So how do you have something that and it's Stream Deck also. So how do you get the reliability of Stream Deck? You tap a key, you know something is gonna happen, and let's say you're live for 8 hours, 10 hours, more than that, less than that, multiple days, over a week. How do we build something there if we were to do this that, you don't have to charge it literally every single day? Or can we still give you a full color display on there without completely, ruining the battery life down to, just a couple hours? What about wireless in terms of latency or sensitivity, right? What happens if there's interference? You tap a key and maybe nothing happens. Maybe it happens a second later. You don't want that. You want that same responsiveness. So these are things that for us as a team, we have to take into consideration and kind of, make sure that we provide an optimal experience there. All of it is totally doable, but all of these things are considerations when you're designing and building a product like this. And we spend a lot of time thinking about these things because in the end, we come out with a wireless Stream Deck or any Stream Deck for that matter, it still has to embody that like core DNA of what Stream Deck is and does.
Well said.
Yep.
You get
Thanks for
applause
coming to
from
my TED Talk.
Yeah, that great TED Talk. I mean, generally too, it goes back to just the culture of product at Elgato, which is we're not just trying to make something just to make it, right? We want to make it and we want it to actually like evolve on something or actually add to your setup, like our mic arms, like basically all of our products. We're not just trying to add to a category. We're not trying to be a part of a category. We're trying to add to a category.
But based on that, maybe another question that I don't know if I've seen it in chat, but certainly I'm
Mhm.
going to ask Julian on chat's behalf. What goes into like when we build a new product or when we come out with a new product, like how do we come up with it or like where's the thinking come from? We've done
Mhm.
things like, first it was capture, then we had lights and green screens and microphones, cameras, teleprompter. Some of them are pretty obvious, I think, from you just look at, okay, we build products for creators. Some of them have been not so obvious. I think teleprompter actually might have been one of those. So when we're
Mhm.
thinking about these, where does kind of the inspiration come from? Where do we draw from there to, build a new
Yeah.
product?
Yeah, I think Prompter is a great example, which unfortunately is sold out now. You guys really like that deal, which I can understand. It was a pretty good one. So Prompter was interesting because the market, I mean, a teleprompter isn't new, right? You have been able to buy a teleprompter for ages, generally paired with a tablet or a phone, and the market is fairly small. So this is when you're on the inside of a company, it's this interesting challenge. Whenever you're trying to make a new product, you may have to justify to certain people, okay, how big is the market? Are we actually going to make money off this? Is this worth doing? With a teleprompter, that was not a good pitch because it's a very small market. And the thing we asked ourselves is, okay, why is it a small market? Is it because actually there's no demand, or is it because the products maybe aren't exactly meeting creators' needs? And in terms of creators' needs, that's usually where we start. Is there a problem, and can we solve it in a way that's unique and that's different, and that's maybe better than how anybody else is solving it right now? And so with Prompter, that's what we did. We said, okay, first of all, constantly adding in an additional device is painful, right? From a workflow perspective, we saw people, they would, upload to Google Drive and then download it on their tablet and put the tablet into the prompter, but then they needed it again, so they put it out. Then every time they wanted to control something, the workflow was just broken. Um, and then obviously the world has changed, right? So you're in video calls all day, so there are many more reasons to have a teleprompter than just reading a script.
I have to
You
ask,
might
are you
want to
using a teleprompter right now?
I am using a derivative of a teleprompter right now,
Ooh,
not a
teleprompter, teleprompter derivatives. Telkite. Sorry, that's it. We
um,
are using a teleprompter right now. That's why we actually have you on there and we can
you
see
have
you and we've been
exactly.
looking at you and looking
You're
at chat at
staring
the
into
same
my soul,
time.
which is
Yeah. Yeah.
another one of these things we wanted to enable is, and this is really down to video calls, which I'm sure a lot of you in chat spend a lot of time in video calls, and that's a pretty new phenomenon. Pre-COVID, that didn't really exist. And when you're in video calls all day, you start to realize that one of the most normal or natural things around human contact, eye contact, is just gone, right? Because everybody's looking over there or up here or down here, and nobody's really looking at each other, um, which is weird. You don't talk to people like that in person. I mean, imagine if we're sitting across from each other in person. I'm constantly looking away while I'm talking to you. It's just not how we communicate. So we thought there was an opportunity to build a product that brings natural eye contact into a digital workflow, Um, but in an authentic way, and we support NVIDIA eye contact, and all this kind of stuff in software, which you can try out, and it works kind of well until it doesn't, and then you just look like you're coming home from a club at 8 in the morning or something, which is maybe not what you want to do when you're on a call. So we saw an opportunity to combine all of these use cases into a new form factor, and that's what we ultimately built. Not really knowing if it was going to be successful or not, right? So this is then very much a gut decision that we make. Um, in the case of Prompter, it's been very successful, and actually, it is the probably number one selling teleprompter in the world at this point in the consumer space. So it's not like there wasn't demand. There just wasn't the right product. And I think that's what we've gotten pretty good at, um, by being very embedded in the community and talking to a lot of people and trying to understand workflows deeply and not just on the surface, where we can then figure out, okay, what's a problem worth solving, but then also what's a problem that we can solve, right? Because we're not set up as a company to solve every problem. And we're not going to try unless we can add what we think is meaningful value.
I do remember though, I think someone in one of the streams earlier mentioned that I think it was Stream Deck like solved their marriage problems or something like that. So maybe we
Wow.
are set up for that.
Are
Could
solving
be.
problems.
Maybe we are solving all these problems.
Yeah, I don't know if
But
that's known yet because we'd be selling probably 10x if that was if that was a known thing.
Maybe we just have to market that more, I guess.
But yeah, I mean that's a really good point. I mean, we're talking with creators all day. In fact, I mean, Burrito makes content. I
Yeah.
make content. A lot of the people at Elgato make content. We have folks like Zach who live streams Pokemon almost every single day and is also building Stream Deck plugins. So you have
Yeah.
people, and that is huge. If you have your own people using your own product, and then of course chat, talking with you guys about it and getting your input and your feedback, and on Discord, on Reddit, wherever you are, we're there looking all the time and um, sending that around to the teams. And you have a
Hi,
lot of great
Vanessa.
ideas. So yeah,
Julian! All right, well,
any community questions come up?
I think we do. We do have some more questions. Let's go ahead and get the next question ready here. We have, any chance we'll see a way to use two Wave devices on the same PC at the same time? I have a Wave 3 and a Wave Neo, and I have to turn off Wavelink to use them both as plug-and-play microphones and lose all the Wavelink goodness. I love the way that's worded. Lose all the goodness.
Yeah, that's a good question. The reason we haven't done it before is there's two reasons. I think one of them could be solved, and that's just matching up USB audio, so you don't have any delay between them. On an analog input, you don't have that. On a USB input, you may. I think that's solvable. I think what we're still figuring out is the virtual audio channel component and how we make sure, okay, which mic actually installs them and that you don't get them duplicated and all this kind of stuff. So um, we will work on this. It's honestly not the biggest priority for us right now. We've got some other stuff that we think is going to add more value to more users, but I understand your frustration. Uh,
Please tell us,
and
what are
some
these things that are going to add more value? Because that would be
Yes.
crazy if we just leak
What
them
are-
here on the live stream.
what are these
Speak
things
into
that
the
are gonna-
Starfield microphone.
I mean, I don't.
We already leaked the weather plugin, right?
Or-
Or we showed that,
I
which
guess
was pretty cool.
Without thinking
Yeah.
about like the whole thing, right? Is there anything that someone who is maybe thinking about getting Wave Neo right now as a Prime Day sale, or depending on their region, also maybe like a Wave DX or Wave 3, depending on the
Yeah.
deals that are available, is there something new that they can look forward to soon? Maybe just like one or two features they can expect for audio in the future.
Yeah, look, we're investing a lot into improving Wavelink, and we recently launched Wavelink 2, which was a pretty big update. But we are, I mean, basically going to throw it all away and build it new. That's kind of where we're at. So we're working on some very cool new stuff. And your existing Elgato audio product will work with that in the future. I think that's something that we've done really well over the years is continued to, no matter when you bought one of our products, continue to give it software updates. And so if you buy a Wave Neo, which today I think is also on a pretty great offer for 59
It's like
bucks or something.
$57. in the
Yeah,
That's
US.
so
wild.
you'll get wavelength today, and you'll also get whatever wavelength will be in the future. And future wavelength, if you think today's wavelength is cool, will be much
Oh
much
yeah.
cooler. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm using it right now, and it's awesome.
Oops,
It is
accidentally
it is
pressed the desktop screen capture key on the Stream Deck. Oops.
It was funny because no, we're not going to go into more detail, but we're also
Yeah.
building things like Wavecast for dual PC setups, which is in public beta right now. You can download that for free. Super cool. And we already got a bunch of feedback from you on how we can improve it, and we're working on that. So we're going to make dual PC setups easier. Something we also want to work on is when we launched Wavelink 2, we launched it with this really great feature called Voice Focus. Which is not just noise removal, but also echo and reverb cancellation. Which, as far as I know, there's no software plugin that does that today, or at least does it well. So I think Voice Focus is probably the best software solution for really fine tuning spoken word
Are
that
you
you can
using it
get
right
right now.
now?
I am using it right now. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
cool. We've got it on
Um,
as well over here, so everyone's hearing us through voice focus.
Yeah, it's just it's kind of magical how good it is almost, and it's just a simple slider. That's it. You turn it on, you say what strength you want, and that's it. Right now, you only get access to voice focus if you own an Elgato microphone or a Wave XLR. And we are hard at work on making it available to anybody that wants to use it. So it's going to be a standalone product on Marketplace. And if you want to get voice focus with your existing mic, then yeah, you'll be able to do that.
Dang. Chat, you heard it here first. You guys are in the live stream. That's why you come and stop by. That's why you watch these, because you get to hear all of this cool information,
Leaks
first out of anyone.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, someone recently leaked a product on X. It wasn't me, very obviously, and I think no one saw it. It's like
Yeah.
you can
Wait,
just
you
leak
can't say that though.
products
Now they're gonna
publicly
go
these
look.
days.
Oh, they should.
Well, they
I mean,
should. Yeah.
I leaked a product a couple months ago, blatantly in one of our posts. It's literally like 25 or if not 40% of the picture, and nobody said anything. We got leaks all the time. You guys just aren't. Sometimes they're paying way too much attention. They
It's
can
amazing.
either like not notice something very obviously in the picture, or see something like all the way in the corner and
People
actually
will go
notice
into
it.
the source code of our apps to try and identify new devices. but
Literally,
they
yeah,
won't
in the source
notice it
code
if
of
you
our apps.
hold it into the camera like this.
Oh my god.
That's
But we
okay.
do have a question from the egg. Do those wavelength changes you were talking about, does that include XLR dock?
Yes, it does.
Oh.
It does.
Sorry, this was for voice focus for XLR dock.
So voice focus or the XLR dock already unlocks voice focus as
Yeah.
is. So you already have it. Or if you're thinking about getting an XLR dock, then you will get access to voice focus as well. And I think it was already mentioned earlier that Stream Deck Plus XLR deal that sold out really fast will be available again starting tomorrow on Elgato.com. You won't be able to get it from Amazon, but we'll put it up on our own web store starting tomorrow. Or maybe even
Awesome.
starting midnight. I don't know.
Oh, also, we didn't mention yet the poll that you guys voted on yesterday to get a deal live in the US.
Mm-hmm.
That deal is now live in the US, so you can get Stream
That
Deck
deal is
XL
live.
for 20% off, which is huge because we didn't know what the percents were going to be when
Yeah.
we ran this poll. I was kind of like hoping it would be 20, so 20% off Stream Deck XL for the US right now. We'll go more into details about that when we're done here, but I just realized we didn't mention it when we started. So yeah, thank you guys for voting on that, and shout out to our team for getting that deal running literally overnight. I think it went live just about midnight, so they were
Mhm.
on it. Yeah,
That is very cool.
yeah, we got to do more stuff like that in the future. So cool. Web team is like, it's actually their idea.
Wait, are you
to-
saying
channel
we
marketing
should
idea,
have
so
we should have
stuff.
even more? We should have chat decide even more things that we do.
They should. Yeah.
I think we may have one more decision that they could vote on today, but we'll
Yes.
get to that, right?
Okay.
I think I'm trying to remember right now. Possibly, I have to remember what you're talking about.
The deals one.
Oh yes. That'll be another thing for you guys to vote on. All right. Next question from chat is by
The Stream Deck
Boom.
desk.
Stream Deck desk. They're still waiting on Stream Deck desk, Julian. Where is Stream Deck desk?
Last
I'm
time I saw it
waiting.
was in Taiwan. I don't know where it is now.
It just got here yesterday. Actually, it got back from Taiwan.
Wow.
And
So it
then
was on a 2-month journey.
it
Mhm.
made a long journey back home. But actually, the person who built Stream Deck Desk, who is a creator from Florida, Isaac Gobriel, is actually going to be showcasing it at Open Sauce next weekend. So if any of you guys are going to Open Sauce, his booth will have Stream Deck Desk here, Stream Deck Desk there. And then very soon, hopefully, we'll have a video on the YouTube channel of how it was made with Stream Deck modules, of which is a currently over 30-minute YouTube video that I have been editing for like 3 months, while also doing my normal work. So that video will hopefully be coming before Open Sauce, so that you guys can see how Isaac and I built that desk. And if you want to build it yourself, you can buy, 60 Stream Deck modules of various
Yeah.
key sizes. But yeah, I appreciate you guys still bringing up Stream Deck Desk. That was a lot of work. All right, next question we've got. Oh, no more questions? All right, chat, questions. I guess we have a question for chat here. Chat, have you bought any of these Prime Day deals? Did you guys buy any? Julian's here. Why don't you guys tell us if you guys picked up any of those amazing Elgato Prime Day deals? Tell us how much you love them. Don't you want more deals? Like, yes, Vic said
Vic
yes.
says yes,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, all right.
One
The
of
answer
each.
is yes. One of
Almost
each,
everyone.
says Flob. Almost
60 Stream
everyone,
Decks.
says the egg.
Uh-oh.
I was
Somebody
coached
said
on
I was
Vic.
coached
Shh.
on this. I sense a conspiracy.
No.
What is
no.
going on?
No.
What is going on? Tell the
What?
truth.
That's
What?
crazy. I don't believe that. No way.
No.
We wouldn't collude with chat.
No. It's
You know,
not
you know,
colluding
you know the
with
problem.
chat.
The problem
It's-
is the streams have been so entertaining that I was watching them. So I'm
Oh
on to you.
no.
dang
Oh
it.
no.
I'm on to
All
you.
right.
Hold on. It's not a conspiracy. It's community managing. I'm just
Yes.
managing the community to tell you about all the deals they bought.
Yeah, you are really interpreting your job title very literally. I like it.
Thank you. I am marketing my title.
Maybe we should change it to community commander.
Ooh.
What was it?
Community commander.
Oh,
That's a cool title.
Yeah.
all right. That's the next promotion to work towards is the community commander.
But we did see a lot of, I mean, we over the days we've seen a lot of you picked up Stream Decks, a lot of you picked up the Wave
Yes.
mic arms. I mean, prompters sold out, so clearly a lot of you are going to get it. Remember, if you picked up any products, make sure you post pictures of when you get them
Yes.
in either Discord, in the Flex Zone, on Reddit. You can post a picture there, show off your entire setup. Or just on, Twitter, X, Blue Sky, it doesn't matter where. We always
Yeah,
want to see
and
your setups.
Let us know how you use them.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
What you think. I mean, we really, really appreciate any and all feedback, even if it's negative, to understand what you guys are doing with these products and what you like and what you don't like.
A lot of people are probably going to be getting their first Stream Deck today, or some people actually got Stream Deck Mobile from us mentioning it earlier this week to try it out. You've been using, obviously, Stream Deck for very many years. Is there anything in particular that you use Stream Deck for that you think most people might not realize could be useful for them too?
I have become a really, really heavy user of Virtual Stream Deck. So I don't know if that's something we've shown at all on stream, but basically, if you buy a Stream Deck now, you get an infinite number of Stream Decks that you can put on your desktop and just click actions with your mouse. And it is crazy how useful it is, in my opinion. So I use it just to open websites and folders and files quite frequently. I use it to control music. I use it to bring up different time zones because we've got people in Australia and Taiwan and US East Coast, West Coast, Germany, all this stuff. So I always get confused what time zone people are in. I use it for quick access to screenshots and screen recordings. And then I've got one that I bring up just in meetings for controlling Slack or Teams or Zoom or PowerPoint. So it's really, really powerful. And the way you get it, if you already own a Stream Deck, go to elgato.com/downloads and find the Stream Deck 7.0 beta. So we're not shipping that via auto update yet. You need to manually download the 7.0 beta software, and then you get access to Virtual Stream Deck for free. And it's super useful. This has been one of my favorite additions that we've made to Stream Deck recently. It just complements it so well, and it does also give you the opportunity to take Stream Deck on the go. Right, if you run a laptop that you hook up into a dock when you're at a desk, then you don't necessarily want to take a Stream Deck everywhere you go. Well, now you just have a virtual Stream Deck that works even when your physical Stream Deck is not connected. Right, you just need to plug in once every 30 days to validate that you actually have a Stream Deck, and then you're good to go. And so you can be using Stream Deck, on the train, in a restaurant, wherever you're working. Um, very, very, very useful.
There was a question actually. Will they always be directly attached to Corsair specifically, like virtual Stream Deck? Um, and I think there's half of that question answering that is no. I mean, you get virtual Stream Deck today with your existing Stream Deck hardware, or if you get one for up to 20% off during this crazy Prime Day sale right now. And there are a couple Corsair products, yeah, that also give you virtual Stream Deck, which is really cool. So you could buy, well, actually, I mean, Julian, which Corsair products give you virtual Stream Deck if you were to look into those?
So there's two right now. One is the Corsair Scimitar Elite, which is this MMO mouse with a bunch of side buttons. A really cool way to use virtual Stream Deck because you can literally map those side buttons to actually execute actions directly, or they can bring up different virtual Stream Decks. Um, then the Xenon Edge, which starts shipping in September, I believe, will support it. So that'll be then a touchscreen Stream Deck that you can place on your desk. Also very cool. There'll be a few keyboards launching soon that will support Virtual Stream Deck. You can also get Virtual Stream Deck just standalone, actually, and it's a bit of a workaround. But if you buy Stream Deck Mobile in the next update, that's also going to unlock Virtual Stream Deck. Right? So if you get the app on your iOS or Android device, then on your desktop suddenly you've got Virtual Stream Deck. So you can subscribe to it for $2.99 a month, or you can buy it outright, and then you've also got virtual Stream Deck. So actually, you don't need any hardware at that point. You just buy the software standalone if you want.
I think one thing with virtual Stream Deck is I'm always bringing my Mac on the go, so I just never found a setup for my Mac that I enjoyed using Stream Deck with because it's just always on the go. Like it's always going into my bag, going away. Like Stream Deck Neo is a good option, but I still wasn't like inclined to bring hardware with me when I'm just walking around with my laptop. But virtual Stream Deck completely changed the game for me. Now I'm using virtual Stream Deck all the time. I'm bringing it up with hotkeys. I have it on the side. So yeah, virtual Stream Deck is like, and I still use my Stream Deck all the time on my PC at home because it's fixed there, and I've been using that Stream Deck for over however many, like 7-8 years now. It's not that I I use the
Yep.
hardware a lot at home. It just never like translated to portable laptop for me because of how on the go it is for me with my laptop. But virtual Stream Deck 100% did that. So I honestly wasn't expecting that. And when I started trying the beta or the internal beta, I was really impressed with just how useful it is to have those keys on the screen. Outside of what you would normally use a Stream Deck for, I'm doing things I actually don't use my Stream Deck for, but I do use it on virtual Stream Deck, like those time conversions, like you said. Now with the weather app, I'll have the weather on there as well. I'm using it a lot for opening like pages,
Which chat, you
way
can get the
more than I
weather
do
app
on my
with the
hardware
weather
Stream Deck.
plugin soon. We don't have a firm release date yet, but we're working on getting that out there. So you
Yeah,
can
I'm
get
I've
it
got the
very
new weather
soon.
plugin on my virtual Stream Deck, so I can always see what's going on in Munich. Super
Yeah,
nice.
Yep.
super cool. We do have a question that.
Oh
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
Julian's calling in from Munich right now. So as far as being, working with people across the world, yeah, this call is currently from across the world.
We do have a question though that has come up a couple times, and I want to make sure those folks who have asking are acknowledged, and maybe we can get an answer here. Epoch Cam, Epoch Cam, we sunset somewhat recently. If you have Epoch Cam today, you can still use it. It still works great. You can still use it, but you can't buy it anymore on the App Store. I guess kind of is there going to be a replacement for Epoch Cam, or what's our kind of thinking there? And maybe also why is it gone?
Yeah, yeah, it's a fair question. I mean, I think when we looked at Epoch Cam, it's a great app. I think it serves its purpose very well for a lot of people. But we look at the options available now. You know, if you're an iPhone user, you have continuity camera, which basically turns your iPhone into a webcam for free from Apple. I don't think it's quite as good as Epoch Cam, not as feature rich, but it's good and it's free. If you are on Android, there are also various free apps that let you do this that are pretty good, honestly. So, you know, every now and then we have to ask ourselves, we are probably not nearly as big of a team as some of you might think. And with limited resources, we have to ask ourselves, where are we going to invest those to make the biggest difference? And with Epoch Cam, kind of came to the conclusion that, you know, there's other good solutions out there, and, you know, maybe we're not really going to meaningfully move the needle here, so we're going to focus on something else. Which is maybe not the answer you want to hear, but we try to do this in a way that still, you know, very much respects our entire existing install base. That's why um, the app is still supported. We just stopped charging for it so that nobody spends money on it now if we know we're going to stop supporting it in the future.
Yep.
So you can still use Epoch Cam, no problem, works just fine. But we're not going to be adding any new features to it, and as a consequence, we're going to stop charging for it, right? Because we don't want to charge anybody money for a product that we're not going to be updating as frequently as everything else.
Yep. And as you mentioned, I mean, there are some great alternatives out there, either from Apple directly if you have a Mac. If you don't have a Mac and you're on Windows, which I'm sure a lot of our viewers are, then there's some great free alternatives out there as well. That, I mean, if you just want to get video in from your phone into your computer, they will do exactly that. And hey, I mean, at this point, that means our team can focus on cool new things, like we were talking about Wavelink, throwing, you know, or rather completely reworking that and doing something really cool that's new, new Stream Deck features. So this lets us do some
Yeah.
really cool new things.
Or we just launched Elgato Studio, our new very simple recording app. And I think one of the core things that you'll see here when you download it is these are native apps on Windows and Mac. So for Mac, this is a 100% Swift UI app. On Windows, it's a Win UI app, which for us is actually a change. We've been building cross-platform software for many years. And so that's one of the areas we wanted to invest in is to go native across Windows and Mac to build a even better user experience and to leverage a lot of the capabilities that these operating systems give you, but that are unique to each operating system, which we couldn't easily do with a cross-platform approach. So that's one of the things that we're, for example, investing into, where we need to allocate more resources to make it happen. And you know, Epoch Cam ended up just being lower on the list than some of these other things.
Yep. All right, we've got another question here. We have Archie who asks, when did you realize how impactful Stream Deck was going to be for everyone rather than just streamers?
I think
That was actually pretty
that's it.
quick, no? I mean, pretty
Yeah,
quick after the
it
launch.
was pretty quick after we launched, where, you know, we got a lot of questions about, oh, can you integrate with this? Can you integrate with that? Can you integrate with this app or this service? And I was like, no, we can't. Like, there's no way we can build all these integrations. Um, so, you know, we launched in 2017. I think in 2018 we started building our SDK. And then at CES 2019, so January 2019, we launched our SDK to enable other people to build integrations. But, you know, within the first year after launch, it became clear that, okay, streaming is one use case, but actually people are thinking up dozens of other use cases that we couldn't address ourselves. And you know, today we're approaching, I think, 500 plugins at this point. And I think that's actually growing at an accelerating pace now, which just shows how many different use cases for Stream Deck there are. So
I mean, it's pretty crazy to think about, and very much like the original iPhone, didn't launch with an app store. If you were around back then, you'll know you had the thing and it had a couple apps on there, and that was it. Stream Deck was the same way for the first like year and a half or so. It was like OBS, XSplit, Streamlabs Desktop, Twitter, and like one other integration. And that was it. And thinking nowadays that we didn't have an app store back then is crazy. But obviously back then, as we were just getting started with the product, it was like, okay, we have these couple core integrations here. We'll build the rest ourselves, and then, oh boy, everyone wants to do something with this.
yeah, I mean, look, the reality is when you launch a product like that, I mean, there were a lot of skeptics also inside the company who were like, "There's no way this is going to work." You know, nobody's going to care. So in a way, it was kind of minimal investment in terms of functionality, right? So it was very focused on the Twitch streaming use case. So we had a handful of plugins for that use case, but it wasn't clear whether this was going to work or not. You know, I think in fact there were probably more people that thought it was going to just completely flop than people that thought it was going to succeed. But
But you know
I
what
try
saved
stuff
it
every now and then.
is the well, I don't want to say saved because it was successful, but saved it was Marketplace and the App Store. Just like people can save on these incredible Prime Day deals on Amazon right now, up to 20% off Stream Deck, up to 35% off things like a microphone. You can get some crazy deals. So, folks, there's different stories here, but all of them are about saving.
Speaking of saving, Julian, please save me from Phil right now. I want Phil 100% off the stream.
Best I can do is 2% with that milk.
2%. Okay, so yeah, we're talking about plugins. For people who are maybe programmers in the chat and are interested in creating integrations for Stream Deck, definitely check out that link that Clover just shared in the chat to learn how to be a maker. You know, our SDK is on there. We've released more information about how you can make things like icons for Stream Deck, things for Marketplace, the Marketplace plugin for OBS as well if you're a designer. But yeah, we have another question here from the Egg. What was the first Elgato product, or what kickstarted the company? Oh, let's go all the way back.
Ooh.
I'll answer that in a second. I also have a question. What are we going to do with all these memes you made?
Oh,
Like,
they're going out on social today.
In
all of them? Like a whole
actually,
book of them?
Some of them.
There's more. There's more.
And he literally spent the first like hour of setup today just showing me all the memes he made. I guess overnight. When did you make those? We played D&D
There are
yesterday.
more?
When did you make them?
During D&D.
Wait, did you actually?
Yeah.
Oh my. Okay. Well, you know what? You beat the bugbears, so that's what matters.
Can we print these into like a
Oh
coffee
yeah,
table
Chris
book
is not
style
too
thing?
impressed that you were not paying full attention to the campaign. We'll maybe there'll
We
be
already
more
established I
bugbears for
don't
you
pay
tomorrow.
attention to things like the schedule.
Oh my goodness.
But it's better than our chat who do pay attention to these deals.
They pay a lot of attention.
Yeah.
Julian, I wanna ask you something actually, because we've talked about lighting. Sorry, we've talked about Stream Deck. We've talked about Wavelink. We haven't talked too much about cameras outside of Prompter, right? So we have Camlink and Facecam Mark II on sale right now. Do you have anything in particular you want to mention with those deals?
I think Facecam Mark II is really a great all-rounder camera. And I would recommend it to everyone. It's actually pretty funny at Computex. I walked up to our setup and there was Prompter and the video preview was in Prompter. I walked up to it and I was like, man, we must be using some crazy good camera here. And I look in the back and it's a Facecam Mark II, and I honestly couldn't believe it because the quality in combination with the NVIDIA background blur was so good. I thought it was a DSLR. So it's just a really good camera, and it's one that we've also continuously invested into. So you know, there's a firmware update that gave it tint control, which is pretty rare in a webcam. At the end of this month, we're updating the firmware so it works on Nintendo Switch 2. You know, Camera Hub got an update, so now you can put LUTs on your Facecam Mark II. So it's just an all-around really, really good package. And I think today for like 100 or 110 bucks.
110, yeah.
You know, like honestly, invest in yourself. Whether you're streaming or whether you're on video calls, I mean, that 110 bucks will make you look so much better on camera, and I think as a consequence, it'll make you feel more confident and probably enjoy attending or video meetings or turning your camera on a little bit more. So that is a great camera. I mean, I also have a question. How does this camera look?
I
Chat.
mean,
Is this
solid.
a,
Looks good.
Is this a good looking camera?
It is a very good looking camera.
Cool.
I was gonna say, I mean, chat, you already all look great. Get a camera that, you know, sends that greatness over the internet.
Send that
Yes.
greatness over the internet with Facecam Mark. That's
You said
the new
it.
tagline.
Yeah. We did have a question though from the Egg that kind of wanted to come back to. What's the first
Yes.
Elgato
The
product,
first Elgato product.
or what kickstarted the company? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it depends how far you want to go back. We go back to 2012 Game Capture HD Elgato, which was back then what launched Elgato Gaming.
Shout out the
Or we could go
OGs.
back to like 2001, which was Elgato's very first product, because the company has actually been around for a long, long time. So how far do we want to go back here in the time machine?
Let's start with game capture. I think that's
Yeah.
a good
Okay.
point.
I'll try and keep it really brief, but we made at that point TV software. So kind of think of TiVo on your Mac or on your Windows PC. We made a piece of software on Mac called iTV that was used for watching TV, time shifting, recording, cutting out commercials, all this kind of stuff. And some clever gamers figured out they could use that software and connect it to a component-based, actually TV set-top box recorder, and then connect their Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3 to that, and then record gameplay with iTV and time shift it and all this kind of stuff.
Guilty as
And that was
charged. That
happening.
was one of those.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was started happening around 2010, and obviously nobody was buying the software; they were all pirating it. So YouTube was full of videos like how to crack ITV3, and that's how it started. It was us trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Like, why is piracy of the software suddenly skyrocketing? Turned out it was realistically a bunch of kids recording their Xbox and PlayStation and putting it on YouTube, like Phil, and we decided, okay, we can either try to combat piracy or we can just try and actually build a solution for what people are trying to do. I think trying to combat piracy is not a winning battle. So we decided to build a new product, and that ended up being Game Capture HD, which we launched in 2012. And one of the core features of the software was called flashback recording, which was essentially based on our experience in time shifting television. And that is the story of the first product. So in many ways, in that case, we were kind of pulled in to the market instead of us finding it. The market found us. But we chose to embrace it, which looking back, I would say was definitely the right choice.
Yep. I mean,
Yeah,
we're
we
still
get-
making capture today. So
Yeah, and we get a lot of Elgato as the cat in Spanish. Yet it is, but the name is not actually based on the cat. It's based on where the company was founded, which was in Los Gatos, California. Doesn't change anything about the translation.
But Los
it's-
Gatos was named after the cat, so indirectly.
Was it though? Do you know that?
I can assume.
You just made that. You just made that up.
Cat, somebody look it up.
We have another question from Archie.
Oh.
I'm not asking for a leak or trying to catch you in leaking something, but what's a pipe dream you'd love to accomplish in the coming months or years, whether it's product or software? I'm sure there's many.
Yeah, I mean, one of the big things we talk about with Stream Deck is like, can we make Stream Deck an input device that is as mainstream as a mouse and a keyboard? And that's a pipe dream, right? We're a very, very long way away from that, but you sort of look at, mouse and keyboard have been the default input devices for a long, long time, and there's not really been anything else. We used mouse and keyboard with the first PCs, and we're still using mouse and keyboard today. But software workflows and generally how we use PCs has changed a lot. So I do think it's time for new inputs. I think it's time for inputs that are a lot more software enabled and smarter. I think Stream Deck is one of those inputs. So one of the pipe dreams is, okay, how big can we make it compared to a mouse and keyboard, which is kind of standard repertoire.
And chat can help us achieve that goal by purchasing
By
a Stream
shopping
Deck
these
for
deals
Prime
today,
Day.
yeah.
We're up to 20% off right now.
Help us fulfill the pipe.
Yep.
Yeah.
The pipe dream.
And buy one for your friend while you're at it.
Exactly.
It's a good birthday gift. It's a good Christmas gift. Christmas in July, just randomly, hey, here's a Stream
Yeah.
Deck.
Yeah, make somebody's day.
Yeah, but like actually. Speaking of making someone's day, where are you going with that, Chris? I don't know where to take this. Speaking of making someone's day, Karina asks, I just wanted to say thank you for the deals and future ones. I'm just getting started in content creation, and with this economy, it is so helpful. I will always be grateful. Thank you.
Did Chris just narrate you into that transition?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
Nice.
In
What a great
fact, I
technical
mean,
director,
I
huh?
did not take. I usually can take where Chris is trying to send me, but this one I fumbled the bag on that one. I did not understand. But yes, thank you so much for being interested in our products to start, and also like buying them, integrating them into your setup. We're just happy to help you do what you do, and do it better and do it faster, easier, funner. Because Stream Deck is pretty fun, as Julian has demonstrated with the sound effects. But yeah.
they also meant what?
Was it me?
I didn't hear that.
Was that a fart? What,
Huh?
what, what was it? Oh,
Oh,
I didn't hear. I was too busy trying to hear where Phil was taking this. If it was going to be another segue.
yeah, just like a segue to our sponsor. No, they said Creono said, these deals and future deals. I think, can we make future deals happen? Like if chat
Can we make
voted on
future
it,
deals
could we
happen?
do even
Yeah.
more deals in the future? Like in the
Well, we
very
need a
near
deal on
future?
Stream Deck Plus XLR because that sold out in like the first hour. That was really not fair.
Yeah.
True. So we probably should have more deals on that, and then we think we should probably have more deals on other stuff. But chat, do we have a poll ready for this? Like
No,
if
we don't.
we don't,
We don't.
why
I
do we
also
not have
see
any polls ready?
Because I asked
my
you before the stream started if you wanted more polls, and you were like, "Oh, I don't have any ideas for any right now. Look at this meme." And I'm like,
my behind the scenes boss Jasmine has popped up, which probably means it's time for me to go.
yes.
She's gonna
Any
kick me
final
out.
thoughts, Julian? Any final things you want to share with the community? Thank you again for
I
joining us.
I actually just want to say that your streams have been really awesome. I'm really proud of you guys. It's been super entertaining to watch. The entire production has been amazing. So honestly, big thumbs up from me. And see you, Chad. I'll be at TwitchCon in case anybody's going. Would love to see you there in person. I'll also be at Gamescom if anybody's there. And maybe I'll get invited back to one of these streams sometime, and then we can catch up there.
You'll have to step
Bye,
up your
everyone.
meme game though for the next one. Soundboard this time, next time.
Send some overlays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you call me chicken? That's crazy. All right, get him
leaving
All
out
right, get him
of
out of
here.
here.
Get him
Seriously,
out of here.
thank you, Julian. All right. Well, shout out to Julian for
Very cool to have
staying
him
a little
on.
bit later in the office to talk to us. I know it's later in Germany right now.
Yeah, it's like 8:30 or something like that. So
On a
on a
Friday.
Friday.
Yeah, I was like, Julian, want to be on the stream? He's like, absolutely. I mean, he always loves talking to you guys about like roadmap, what's coming up for Elgato. So I hope that was interesting. I've never heard Julian, but he gives me so much hope for the future of Elgato. Dude really seems to get it. Agreed. Yeah. Every conversation with Julian, I end with like, I'm so inspired right now. It's always motivating.
Mhm.
It's like I see the vision, I see the future. Yeah, Julian's an incredible lead of Elgato. Literally, could not imagine anybody better to, guide the direction of what's next for content creators. I
Well,
mean,
you know what's next for content creators? Are these deals on
that one didn't
Amazon?
even work.
I know.
That one was a stretch.
That one was a stretch.
It was a little.
But I just
a
do
little
want to remind
cringe.
you that the reason we're here is to answer your questions about Elgato products. It is Prime Day. Today's the last day where we have some deals going on. I do want to get a pull up though, because I think our team can work some magic and may be able to do something pretty cool. So maybe we can go get like a should we make these deals go longer? Yes, no poll up. While we work on that though, any questions about any of the products or anything that we can show? I did mention we have some more memes that we can go over. The question is like, do we do that now or do we do that later? I'll leave that up to our lovely community manager, Brito, here.
Wow, finally, Phil asks for my input on something.
That's crazy.
We have a community guest coming in 30 minutes. So until
Okay.
then, I think we can show some of the memes because today's fun last day of the sale. Today's a fun day. And then we'll also talk a little bit more about the products.
Oh, there's a
as
giveaway
well.
too, right?
And there is a giveaway. Yes. We will maybe show some of the memes and then I'll run that giveaway. And then we'll have Big Nose Bug in 30 minutes. That's going to be our guest, incredible VTuber, I believe also Twitch ambassador. And I do want to mention something. I did I misremembered their name. I called them Big Nose Bear earlier. There's I called them Bug Nose Bear.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're playing D&D. Okay, we have a D&D group here at Elgato. And I we were fighting bugbears yesterday, okay? You can understand my mix up, okay? We had 3 bugbears that ambushed us yesterday. So bugbears are on the mind, okay? All right, let's load. We're loading that
Are we
poll
doing the?
up.
Are we getting the poll up?
Big Nose Bug is will be joining us later, not Bugbear. Okay, Bugbear is for we actually beat them all.
Okay.
You kind of disintegrated one of the Bugbears.
I did. So, chat, question for you. If we could, should we extend the deals on Elgato products over the weekend? They wouldn't be on Amazon. Just want to preface that. Not Amazon, but should we extend the deals?
Type
You have the power.
yes.
If you vote no, we're not going to do it. You vote yes, we're going to do it.
Type yes.
Should we extend the deals? Root says yes. Why not? Well, I don't know. I mean,
Sasco Contrarian, no. I already got my products. And close the door behind me. Gatekeep.
okay, so
Girl boss,
90% of you are currently saying yes.
92.
The ones that are saying no, y'all are crazy.
They're just having fun. They're just being silly, goofy right now.
I would love, but so should we extend these deals over the weekend? I think the yeses. It's a pretty conclusive. The yeses have it.
Yeah, at this point it would be pretty surprising if it flipped.
Unless chat.
What if everybody
colluded with
types
chat.
no right now?
Yeah, unless chat like came together, did a little huddle, and then came back. So, all right, that was wow, that was a quick poll. All right, so
We'll send that back to the team.
we'll let the team know that you all would like to have some more deals, and I would recommend checking back Elgato.com over the weekend.
Yes.
Very cool.
Phil's gone
Okay.
rogue here.
I have gone rogue. It's okay. It's okay. Julian with the alt accounts voting no. Yeah, yeah. That would be
Just like-
that would be crazy.
No, Stream Deck action. No, 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 no. Okay, well, that's that
yeah,
on that.
that's that. Pretty easy. Okay. What are we doing?
You can show your memes.
Are we doing a couple of them?
You can show your memes.
A couple of them? Okay.
I'll allow it.
You'll allow it?
Let's start with
Alright,
that one though. That
start-
one's so good.
Well,
You have more?
I have so many. That
Oh
was
my
yesterday, right?
goodness.
That was yesterday. No.
No, these are the new ones.
These are the new ones. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Deals are deals. Deals don't change, which is true. They don't. They're I mean, I don't know, kinda. And then you have this one, like Prime Day deals incoming, even though they've already arrived. We should have posted this one before. Brito just walked away, by the way. She's just completely done. Then my face when I'm buying Elgato products and saving up to 30%. You know, this is like when you're also I can't see chat right now. Can we put it back on prompter? Okay, sorry. But yeah, I want to see the reaction. But you see, like this is the literally the face of when you're buying products and adding them to cart. 27% Prime Day deal, pretty good. 30% Elgato Prime Day deal, that's what we're talking about. What gives people feelings of power? Money, status, Elgato Prime Day. There we go. There we go. What else? This one, this one doesn't really make sense. I don't think I understood the assignment on this one. Just if you buy Elgato product on Prime Day, you save up to 30%. Yeah. Elgato. And yeah, you can do that. Me, I want to buy Elgato products for cheaper. Best I can do is up to 30% for Prime Day. That's about it, folks. Actually, I think in some cases it was like 37, right? It was like Prompter, I think, was 37%. Let's see what else. Oh, we already covered that one? Okay, that was that group. So now we go to the next group. Save money. Prime Day. Pretty simple. I'm gonna load. Oh yeah, who here watched the new season of Squid Game? Oh wow, that zooms in a lot. Top is, you know, saving money on Prime Day. You know, not saving money on Prime Day. Yeah, no spoilers. Don't worry, I got you covered there. This, oh, come on, this one. Dad, how can I save money by buying Elgato products on Prime Day? Thanks, Dad. It's such a lovely scene. This is pure cinema right here, folks. This is pure cinema. I don't normally buy products. I don't normally buy Elgato products, but when I do, I save up to 30% on Prime Day. Don't we all? I mean, that's crazy. Why are there boxes? Listen, this was fast. So you're telling me I can save up to 30% on Elgato products? That's a crazy question because the answer is yes. If you go on Amazon right now, depending on your region, you can get 30% off or even more on certain Elgato products. Uh, I don't know. This one that was bad. I don't know. I think I was getting tired at this point making them. This one's pretty good though. You can save up to 30% on Prime Day deals at Elgato. Right, the emperor. Not Prime Day, Panic. Elgato Prime Day deals, Calm. Prime Day, Panic. Also pretty good. This one's just kind of. This one's it's like a, what is it, like a given? Like, of course, like duh. So that's that group, and I think there's a couple more here. Oh yeah, corporate wants you to find the difference between this absolute W and buying Elgato products on Prime Day. Folks, they're the same picture. Absolute W. This one, a classic. You just have to have it. Like, imagine this like an art gallery, right? You just have to have it. Everyone knows you're gonna have your Mona Lisa in there. You're gonna have your Michelangelo, your whatever type of art, right? You just have to have this in that collection. This one here, this one is a little bit more intellectual. You know, not buying Elgato products. It's like the base level. Buying Elgato products, okay, getting smarter. Buying Elgato products with a discount, that's pretty big brain. And then buying Elgato products on Prime Day with up to 35% savings, that is just like mega brain right there. And then let's see, what else do we have here? Oh yeah, listen, change my mind. Elgato has the best Prime Day deals. Change my mind. Should we, no? Do you have, no? Okay. Rito doesn't want to change my mind because she agrees. It's true. So that covers that, and then I think we're on the final ones here. Oh yeah. This is chat. I imagine you guys reading save up to 30% on Elgato products. That's what I imagine it looks like.
All right, that's enough of that.
That's enough of that. No, I
enough of
had
that.
more. I
No,
had more.
we could get them
look at all
later.
of these.
No,
Look
cut,
at
cut,
all
cut.
of these.
Tech
All right,
director,
I
cut him
think
off.
I think we're done.
That's enough. That's enough. All right. You know what, Phil?
What's up?
I just wanted to say, you've been at Elgato for what, 10 years now?
Something
Almost
like
10
that.
years,
Yeah.
somewhere around there. I just want to say we really do appreciate the time you've been here at Elgato,
Dang.
and to do so, we have an award for you today. We wanted to give it to you special on this stream right now. Everybody knows about it. We haven't told you yet. We wanted to give you this award to thank you, commemorate your service here at Elgato. The award for worst memes. Thank you so much, Phil, for contributing everything that you have to Elgato. If you have contributed with these memes, I'm not sure, honestly. So yeah, just wanted to go ahead and I'm so honored to present
Is there
this
a
to
meme
you.
where it's like
Truly my
it
honor.
ain't much, but at least it's something, you know? It's like the farmer standing in the farm. It ain't much, but it's an honest living.
Can we have some applause in the chat for Phil right now, who is presented with the first worst memes
I agree
award
with
at Elgato?
Floppy. That's wild. That is actually wild.
You know what's wild?
These
These
deals
deals.
on Elgato Prime Day.
You know what's wild? Not shopping these deals. That's something you want to do. You want to go to Elgato.com, shop these deals. Okay. Speaking of deals, this is not actually a tangent. We're gonna be starting this giveaway here. I actually need to double check. Jasmine does a great job at picking these keywords for everybody. We have some choices.
What are the choices?
I think this one's too long.
Yeah, it need do the
This one?
Yeah, or yeah, we could do that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what we're going to be giving away here is 2 Stream Deck mobile keys.
Lifetime.
Let me be specific. 2 lifetime Stream Deck mobile keys that will let you let me go ahead and let her know which one we're using.
6:08 a.m. If you're gonna be bad at something, at least be the best at being bad at it. You know what? That's right. There's people who aren't winning awards out there, but at least
you were the best at being the worst.
Number 1 in something. Yeah. All right, what's the giveaway?
Yes, giving away lifetime code for Stream Deck Mobile. This is for iOS or Android, so you get to pick which code works for you. And the code The code is going to commemorate our guest we just had here, and it is John Elgato, one word. All right, and yeah, start typing that in chat. We're giving away 2 codes, so we'll draw the first winner, and then we'll draw the second one. This is John Elgato, one word. Yep, the egg, you got it.
And
Apple
as a
Freak, and this is
reminder,
on Twitch.
yeah, this is on Twitch, so make sure you type in chat John Elgato. It's one word, doesn't matter uppercase, lowercase, or whatever.
Okay, Sasko and Sim both messing with me, and I don't know how to pronounce your username, but you're also messing with me. Zinc as well. Oh my god, not you two. Okay, Brett.
Let's see actually really quick. So what is Stream Deck Mobile? What is this thing that we're giving away here? And that's not it.
Scroll up. You passed it. Nope.
I did.
Scroll a little lower.
Is that it? Oh yeah, there we go. All right, let's take a quick look at Stream Deck Mobile here. So Stream Deck Mobile is literally all of the Stream Deck functionality, but on your mobile device. Now, mobile could be iPhone, iPad, Android phone, your Samsung, your Google, your whatever it might be. It could be a tablet. Maybe you've got an old one sitting around that you're not using anymore that much. Then put Stream Deck Mobile on it, and you can, use it as a Stream Deck. So that's what we're giving away here, a lifetime code for this. It is free to download, and you get up to 6 keys with Stream Deck Mobile Pro, and that's what we're giving away. You can get up to 64 keys in an 8x8 configuration. If you have an iPad, actually, you can even multitask and have 2 of them, so you can have 128 keys on your device, which is pretty awesome. So that is what we're giving away. And the keyword again for that is John Elgato. Now, if you want a physical Stream Deck, those are on sale right now. You can get Stream Deck XL for 20% off. You can get
in the
Stream
US,
Deck
and
in
depending
the US,
on your region, so
yeah.
check elgato.com.
You can get Stream Deck XL for 20% off. You can get Stream Deck Mark II with 15 keys for 20% off, and the white version of Stream Deck Mark II for 10% off. And I believe, was there an updated something?
Ha ha ha.
I thought there was I just saw a message.
Updated? What's updated?
I
No?
think we're getting a producer message. No, maybe not. Okay.
No? Yeah,
Oh,
we're
gotcha.
good. We're
Okay.
good.
All good. All right. So
Yeah.
keep typing John Elgato, and then we'll.
You got about another minute or so to enter. So it's about to be 11:46. I'll start drawing those winners at 11:47 PT. The only Stream Deck I want to buy is Elgato Stream Deck Reg. Not available. You cannot buy it. But you can buy Stream Deck XL. 20% off in the US.
Which
Thank you
brings
guys
it
for voting
down-
for that,
yeah.
by the way. It's so fun that we got to do that. We'll definitely have to try that again in the future.
Did anyone here pick up a Stream Deck XL now that it's 20%
Yeah,
off? Right,
that's
it
a
went
great
from
question.
$250 down to $200. You're saving $50, which that's just enough to then add a Wave Neo to cart, which is $57. So for the price of a Stream Deck XL, you can get a Stream Deck XL and a Wave Neo both at the same
Yes.
time.
Button ASMR. Button ASMR.
Actually, voice focus is going to block that
Gonna
out.
block it.
So
I'm trying
no
my best.
ASMR.
No. Button ASMR. Okay.
Phil equals girl math. Yeah, I'm pretty good at that.
All right. It's about to be 47. Last chance to enter the giveaway for a lifetime code for Stream Deck Mobile for iOS or Android. You got about 10 seconds left to enter, and I'm going to draw the first winner. Make sure you're following. If you're not following, follow right now, because if you do not follow, then you are not eligible to win. So please make sure that you are following. We've had to re-roll before. Don't make me do it. I really don't want to, but it is. James wants to. He says, follow or lose. There will be another giveaway. Yes, there will be.
Are we also doing them
I wasn't too impressed.
by what?
We said extra giveaway if they really told Julian how much they bought the products.
You know what? You're
I
right.
wasn't too impressed. And you know what? You think that I would present that and I would just be like, okay, you guys did great. No participation awards. I wasn't impressed. Next time, step it up. Come on,
In
everybody.
You did
All right.
Burrito dirty like that? Come on.
The winner is Swush. Swush has
Swush?
won the giveaway.
How do
Are
you-
you in chat? Swush. It's just
Swash with an underscore. Congratulations, you won Stream Deck Mobile Pro for
Yeah,
life.
awesome. Would you like Android or iOS for that code? And we'll go ahead and send it over to you. So just let me know which one you would like. And now you can have a ton of keys on your iOS, Android, or Android device. iOS, please. Perfect. All right. We'll go ahead and get that sent over to you soon. So keep an eye out for a DM from Elgato. A cool thing about the iOS one is that as long as you're on the same Apple ID even if you're on your iPad, you can use it both on iPad and iPhone. And then with iPad, you can run multiple instances of it, so you can have so many keys. So yeah, we hope you enjoy Stream Deck Mobile. If you have any questions about Stream Deck, you can always feel free to ask them in our Discord, and our community is super helpful there. Or check out our YouTube for some more information about what Stream Deck can do, and also what Stream Deck Mobile can do.
In fact, go watch the latest YouTube video that we just put out.
Oh, yeah.
Brett on our team, he did an incredible job putting everything together that we've launched and put out over the last couple months. So if you want to stay up to date, you want to see, like, if you have an Elgato product, maybe there was a cool update or new feature added, make sure to check out that video. But in the meantime, do we have another
Oh,
winner?
Swatch
Oh.
says, awesome, I'm a tinkerer, and I'm going to build a custom Stream Deck.
Very cool.
We love makers here. If you haven't heard of modules, by the way, and any of you guys are makers, you've got to check out Stream Deck modules, because you can basically build it into any project and have Stream Deck keys built into anything. I'm still waiting for someone to build in Stream Deck keys to cosplay. I think that's going to be awesome. All right, let's go ahead and roll the next winner. We've got Ruben, who is also following. Ruben has won the giveaway.
Is that
Ruben has. Whoa, yes,
Whoa.
Ruben, you have won the giveaway.
congratulations?
You were ready for that. Let us know if you want Android or iOS for that code. And congratulations, Ruben has won.
That's wild. It's
Yeah.
like they predicted them.
You kind of manifested this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made it happen.
And we'll be doing
Congratulations.
another giveaway later today for a Elgato Marketplace neon light. So definitely stay tuned for that. iOS for me, perfect. All right. Same thing for you. You can use it on multiple devices with the same Apple ID. Sifter says, I do really like the feedback the phone gives you when you push a button versus nothing. Gives a much nicer feeling.
Can I just say that is a crazy cool name, Sifter of Skulls.
That's really cool. Every time it comes up, I'm thinking the same thing, honestly.
Yeah,
It's,
another
like,
one I might have
really
to
unique,
use in
but
our
cool.
D&D campaign.
Oh my god. And the Sifter of Skulls rises from the ground. And
It's cool.
yeah, it's very cool. Agreed.
Okay, so we did the giveaways. We have another one coming up.
Later.
When is that? That's later. Okay.
Yes, that will be closer to the end of. Oh, it's from a trash Magic the Gathering card. Got it. Okay. Magic
Really?
Love
Sifter
Gathering?
of Skulls?
They're different.
What edition? Or what
Yeah.
trying to think. Is that like new or
Do
a
you
long
know
time ago?
every card?
No, well, from like pre-2010 Magic, yes.
Okay.
I have a pretty good idea. Post 2010, no, I haven't really followed along with Magic.
Pride Prejudice says, I was honestly really surprised. Mobile lifetime for 60. I'm the worst. Is this pounds?
That's euro.
Euro.
That's euro.
Dang it. I'm so US brain. I'm sorry. I see dollar signs. Okay, I see dollar signs.
You just see money.
It's really affordable. I mean, the lifetime. So something we introduced a couple years into Stream Deck Mobile's life is the ability to buy it lifetime versus subscription, which was something you guys. Pound, thank you. You're teaching me. See, you're learning about the products, but you teach me about life skills. I think this is a fair trade. And then you also get sales. I think
Great
this is
offer.
fair. I do want to do a stream one day where I do like a geography quiz. I'm going to fail so bad. Put me on the times tables.
We could play. What's
Oh
the
my God.
is it GeoGuessr?
No, but not
Where you
GeoGuessr. Like literally, like ask me where things are.
Oh,
That's
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I need my brain needs to grow. I'm working on learning more. Kahoot, don't Kahoot me. No, I get so under pressure. Oh my god, no. I'm so bad at Kahoot. The second you put that little timer.
Mhm.
Anyways, yes, Stream Deck Mobile has a lifetime purchase option, which is really cool because you can have Stream Deck keys forever on your phone. When you update your phone, you still have it as long as
Mhm.
you're on the same Android account or Apple ID.
Yeah.
So yeah, currency guesser for Burrito. No, please.
Currency Guesser.
No.
We should do at some point though what we also so I think on that same stream we do like a rating one where we could like rank our own products or with chat, we like
Yeah.
S tier, A tier, B tier.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there will be things that, go down tier wise. Or do we just say because and this is marketing, we're just like nothing goes under B tier.
Everything S tier.
Everything is just S tier. Yeah. Oh, all right. I think at this point we do have
We have a guest joining us in a couple
guest.
minutes. Not
Okay.
yet. Not yet.
All right, get your
they'll have
last
to join us in
questions
8
in.
minutes. Last questions, and if there's anything you want to see demoed, let us know now. That way we can prep it for later in the stream. Yeah. After we talk to Big Nose Bug, we'll also have a guest from Corsair joining us to talk about the Corsair deals.
Actually,
that
let me
they're
look
running
at the
for
rest
Prime
of the
Day.
schedule so that I know what's
Elgato
coming up.
RPG stream when? We did a D&D stream like 2 years ago.
That
was
was
really
super
fun.
fun. We should probably do
I
that
think again.
again. That was also a lot of work though, because Lex back then, who was an intern, that was his intern project. He decorated the entire room. It was incredible. The table even built out a map. I mean, it was a one shot, but boy, that was a
It was fun.
super cool.
But the thing is, I didn't know D&D back then, so I tech directed that, and I did not understand what was happening. But now I would.
Yeah.
So we definitely have to do that. Out of all the memes you made, which one is your favorite, Phil? James?
Well, don't ask me. Don't ask me.
Encourage this.
Ask Brito. She loves all of them. Or
the
chat.
favorite
Which
one
ones do you like?
is the one you said, like, I wasn't thinking when I made this one.
Oh, the one was
the
just
one that's
the
just
guy
at the
like
end.
looking from the side. Just that. I can bring it up again.
I want to see the
Wait.
Elgato milk demoed. Do we take?
This
do
one.
we drink
This
the Elgato milk?
This
on
one.
stream? That one. Yep, that's the
Really,
one.
really quick. We can just.
This is definitely
This is
something.
Brito's favorite.
This is my favorite.
I don't think that's
If you
how
buy
you're supposed to
Elgato
use
product
this.
on Prime Day, using 30%.
But it's so serious looking, anyways.
So funny. Okay.
Yeah. Did Brito make any memes? If not, why? Great question. Why did you not contribute?
Because you had it handled. You had plenty. I actually did make a meme. If you check out our Twitter, there's a Julian meme that went out this morning.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good one. Trade offer.
Is the Elgato person on the left or the right?
Oh, we're both Elgato. We're both collectively Elgato.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
You can-
Elgato.
you can both-
You're
you can
Elgato.
ask
You're
us
not Elgato,
questions.
but you're Elgato.
And then we will answer it.
Yes. Yeah, we are both from Elgato. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I'm a cat, says the egg.
Stream Deck
No,
pedals
you're
are
an
F
egg.
tier because they're below the desk. Now see that joke has levels to it. Or should I say depth? Sorry.
Okay.
All right. Are we
I feel like Chad has joined you and it's just nonsense now.
It is just
It's
nonsense
just
now.
nonsense now. Thanks
Not
for
as
these
much
great
nonsense
streams.
as
Thank you,
these
Kat.
deals, because these deals are incredibly logical. Let's check them out again as the final thing before we head over to our bundles, or to our community, sorry. Let's go to elgato.com. All right, remember, if you're just joining us or if you've just been here and you haven't seen it yet, elgato.com is where you can head to see all of the deals. You can...
Look at that counter. It's almost out.
That is
That's so
scarily
sad.
low. But remember, they voted to have more deals over the weekend. So you want to check back at elgato.com. Here, you can select your region. It'll auto-select the United States. If you're in the US, if you're in other regions, it should auto-select that. If not, you can, of course, manually select your region. And then we have that community deal, which you, chat, voted on. First time we've done something like that. You can save 20% on a Stream Deck XL here, which brings it from $249 to $199.99. Lowest price in 30 days. I think that's the lowest. Have we ever gone below $199? I don't know.
I think we haven't actually. Now that I think about
I
it.
don't think so. So this might be the lowest price that I've ever seen this at $199.99, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, you can pick this up from Amazon in the US today. And then we have some other incredible deals like Wave Micarm LP in both black and... Can I help you?
I'm just pressing the Stream Deck keys, but the egg said make it 198 right now, and I'll buy it.
I don't.
How about this? If you have a credit card that gives you points, then you
Can I, like,
kind of can get.
Can I
maybe
hack
$1
it? If I click on the price number
my
here, can I
goodness.
go in and...
This is how we do it, by the way. This is how we give you the deals.
is how we do the
just do this.
where's the text? I don't think I can do it that
Oh my
quickly.
goodness! Why are you in the CSS, bro? Get into the HTML.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
just there. Oh wait, hang on.
He doesn't know how to do this.
Where is it?
It's right up. Price
Where?
hold. Drop down box, drop down.
That? Oh.
Yeah.
What was the price?
They want 198.
198.99. If I hit enter, does it change it? Oh, look at
And
that.
then 99 cents above that
We're hacking.
to the 99th power.
We're hacking. It's in the you see? We have the power. We hacked the system. Wait, I should actually probably just remove the 99,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
Oh no,
19!
no, no, no. No. That's too much. That's too much. All right.
Oh, no.
Who said they were gonna buy it if they do that? Because now you have to buy it.
Egg.
Egg?
Deal. 1999 still. Deals.
All right.
Let's go.
But no, so it is $199.99.
I'll take it for $20.
That's crazy. What else is crazy are these other deals we have here, like the Wave Microarm LP in black. We can save up to 30%. We also have it in white. We also have Wave Microarm Pro here in white, where you can save up to 25%.
Fob, I got it in 1999. Thank you.
That's crazy. That's a steal. You can get Stream Deck Mark II for up to 20% off in black. And here's the cool thing. This gives you virtual Stream Deck, which Julian was talking about earlier, and Burrito, how they use it, right? You plug in your Stream Deck once, then you have virtual Stream Deck for 30 days. So you could go travel. You could go to a coffee shop. You could just go on the road and still use virtual Stream Deck just by picking up a Stream Deck Mark II here for $110 in the US. You can also get the white version for 10% off if you want to. And let's see, that bundle is sold out. You can get Wave Neo for just $57, which is pretty crazy. $56.99 here. You get Wave Neo, which sounds fantastic. If you want to see what it sounds like, go to our stream on, was it Tuesday? Sorry, Wednesday, and that's where we demoed Wave Neo with just how good it sounds, and then all of the cool
can't you
features.
can't you just show it real quick?
I actually could probably.
Yeah.
Let's do,
This is about demos, Phil.
all right, I've got a Wave Neo here.
Do you mute your main?
Not yet.
Now they're hearing you twice.
How about still no? That's strange. Okay. All right, I'm gonna turn the mic back on. Let's see. This guy. Oh, it would help if there's actually audio going in to Wavelink. Let's see. We can make this happen. We're doing it together here,
Yeah,
folks.
because we want you to hear what it sounds like, so you can decide to buy Wavelink. If you want to go to the main screen, we have to cut to the next guest.
There we
in
go.
a moment.
Oh, now there should be demo audio. All right, so now you're hearing me through Wave Neo, and this is without voice focus on. So this should just be the Wave Neo audio with nothing. It'll be probably a little bit boomy. There's probably going to be some background noise. In fact, if I start hitting random keyboard keys, you're going to hear all of that. That doesn't sound great, right? Well, what's really cool is you can simply turn on voice focus here, and now you'll hear the difference in the audio. It's going to be sounding like I'm right next to the mic. It's going to sound even better. No? And yeah, so it's going to sound even better when you turn on voice focus. And yeah, so that's Wave Neo, which you can currently get. Oh, it sounds very scratchy. Oh, no. Okay. Well, maybe we couldn't do the demo in real time, unfortunately. That also happens sometimes when we do things live. But okay, let's take a look at these deals again. So you can get Wave Neo for $57 or $56.99. And then we can also, well, we showed you earlier. It sounded awesome 2 days ago. Okay, so yeah, go on the live stream from 2 days ago, and there you can see what it really sounded like. I don't know why that was scratchy there. But you can save up to 30% on Wave mic arm high rise here, which we demoed earlier. So you can mount your camera on there. You can mount a microphone on there, of course. You can put a light if you want a top-down camera. It makes it really easy. And then there's also Wave mic arm LP in white. Then we have Wave desk stand. If you just want to put your mic on a stand on your desk, you can do that and save up to 20%. Remember, all you have to do is click on this Amazon button down here, and it'll take you directly to the product page of your region. So if you're in the US here on Elgato.com, it'll take you to the US region. And so on. And then let's see, prompter's already sold out because you guys are just crazy. All of you in chat, I imagine, bought one. And then we have camera deals here, as well as capture up to 25% off and 20% off, and finally lighting. So I'm being told to wrap it up here, which is exactly what I'm going to do. We've got another video here for you from our community from Heavy No More, which is going to be Wave Neo, and they're going to talk all about it. And I think after that, I'm going to be gone, right? And we're going to have a community guest on. So, all right, let's take a look at that video from Heavy No More.
This is Wave Neo. I've been making content for about 6 years of streaming and editing videos, and Wave Neo really stands out to me by how easy it is to use and how great the software you get with it. It's the cheapest way to unlock Wavelink, and it has the cleanest tap to mute button I have ever seen. The design of it is really nice. It looks really nice in the setup, but the main thing is how good the microphone sounds, and I'm using it right now. But I'm going to go over how to use Wave Neo real quickly. First, you're going to connect Wave Neo with its included stand, or a mic arm like I'm using for this video. I'm right now using Wave Arm LP. Second, go to elgato.com and download WaveLink. The reason I'm telling you this because during the installation of WaveLink, it will tell you to disconnect your Wave device. So I'm just trying to save you a step. So once you install WaveLink, plug in your Wave Neo and activate it. Congratulations, you're now in WaveLink. So the first thing I do with every new installation of WaveLink is I add the input of my microphone. So I'm going to click plus and I'm going to go down to select Wave Neo. Now I'm going to click Wave Neo and it start adjusting my gain. So when you're setting up your Wave Neo microphone gain, make sure you keep about 8 to 12 centimeters away from your mouth and talk to the side of it because technique is really important when you're using a microphone. I will lower my gain until I get the levels I want because, well, I'm loud. Then I turn on WaveLink gain lock so no program can change it. Now we're going to add effects. Elgato added voice focus with every Wave microphone, and adding it to Wave Neo is an amazing value. Voice focus helps get rid of unwanted background noise and room reverb, but let me show you how voice focus works. So right now I have voice focus off. So you can hear the fans that I have played right now coming through Wave Neo. So when you turn voice focus on, it cuts it completely out of my audio. But I want to stop putting fans in front of my face because it's like the 4th time I've done this year. But voice focus is great. Okay, now voice focus is all set up now. Now I'm going to go add EQ and a compressor to my audio. There's a button on WaveLink for the Elgato Marketplace that takes you straight to the website. All you have to do is click that. It'll bring you straight to the Elgato Marketplace, where you can find Elgato Compressor and Elgato EQ. Once you have that downloaded, we're going to the effects in Wave Neo, and then we're going to add Elgato EQ first. EQing is different for every person because we all have different frequencies in our voice. A good way to EQ your voice is using voice check because voice check plays back your voice so you can make your adjustments in Elgato EQ and get your voice to your liking. But Elgato has a lot of audio presets on the Elgato Marketplace, so try downloading one of them and see what works for you. Elgato Compressor is what I use to balance my microphone audio. It's a simple slider with easy to read waveforms, so it's really simple to set up. I just removed like the high point of my audio. You can add more VSTs on the Elgato Marketplace, but I think this is a great way to get started. Now we're going to add some audio channels in WaveLink. I'm going to add chat, music, system, browser, and my capture card 4KX, which I used to play on the Switch too. With these inputs, you could add apps to them. So you could add, let's say, Discord or Spotify or whatever game you're playing to it. It's really handy that you could assign them to each individual input, and then you could start adjusting them within WaveLink. And also with each input, you can rename them. Now, my favorite thing about WaveLink is 2 mixes, having a stream mix and a personal mix, because my stream mix needs to be a certain level for OBS when I'm streaming, because I need to have music a certain way or my game audio a certain way for a stream. But for me, I need to have it different because I may be using my speakers or headphones. So I like having my personal mix to adjust it. That's the beautiful thing about WaveLink, having sub mixes. To add it in OBS, go to Files, go to Settings, go to Audio, go to Mic, and select WaveLink Stream and hit Apply and hit OK. And with Wave Neo being on sale for Prime Day, it's a perfect time to pick one up.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Heavy No More, for making that video about Wave Neo. Obviously, we're running Wave Neo in a pretty unconventional setup right now, so shout out Phil for on the fly trying to demo that for you. But we also did demo it on Tuesday, so if you want to hear that, you can check it out then. But I am here with a very special guest. I'm not Phil, by the way, believe it or not. I don't make terrible memes. I make good memes. But I am joined by Big Nose Bug, who is a theme park mascot VTuber who has a very, very unique style. I love your art style. Super cute, super bright, vibrant, very unique. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and let you introduce yourself. Tell everybody in chat who's already here cheering for you, by the way. They're all very excited to see you. Tell them a little bit about what you do, you know, the kind of content you create, how you got into making content creation, all of that fun stuff.
Hello, everybody. Hi, my name is Big Nose Bug. I am a theme park mascot VTuber. I am in a cartoony style that you may not really see often in the VTubing scene. Usually we see like anime and stuff, which I really love. But I kind of made this little VTuber with the help of some friends and a lot of my background elements I've drawn myself. And my background before streaming was in animation. So I worked on a bunch of cartoons and stuff and kind of brought that to my streams. So I have a ton of crazy cartoony things to show off. I try and make my stream like a cartoon. And this year I became a Twitch ambassador. So that's been very, very fun. Thank you.
Congratulations. That's huge. That is so cool. Uh,
Yes.
Huge achievement.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And I feel like I have to get this out of here. I can take off my head and show a different part of me. I I didn't show you that. I just realized I jump scared you.
I actually was not expecting that. You just pulled a Hannah Montana on me there.
Oh my god, it's totally Hannah Montana. Um, that's something
That's so
I
cool.
integrated this year, just to add more fun to the whole theme park mascot aspect. And yeah, I have a ton of fun stuff to show when we get in, but my model has a lot of toggles, and the Stream Deck is a savior with that. So very helpful.
I'm still like, wow, I feel like that. I feel like when I was little, you would get like your little things signed by the characters. I feel like whatever
Yes.
moment like my like frontal lobe was starting to develop more and I'm like, there's people in there.
Yes.
I feel like
Well,
the
when we go later, I can show. I actually just got for Offkai Expo, which Elgato was at. I have a real life mascot head that I brought out for the first time with like gloves, which I have a
so
photo
cool.
later. But it was like it felt like being a real life mascot. Like people asked like to sign things with the big gloves. I was like,
Oh my
oh,
god. You have to,
this is
they like they
difficult.
practice those signatures with the
Yes.
gloves. So did you
Yes.
do that?
I did not practice. I should
Okay.
have.
So some of them are a little scribbly.
Yes. I
Okay.
tried, like, once or twice with the gloves on, and then I kinda gave up and just took the glove off and just showed my hand kind of just
Fair.
like, "Sorry, breaking the illusion."
Fair. Yeah, and Jasmine was there, and she actually got to interview you, which is really cool. But
Yes.
yeah, thank you so much for stopping by, and we had you on our Stream Deck XL, so very cool.
Yes.
Um, all right. That being said, you did mention Stream Deck, and obviously as a VTuber, lots of toggles, and I'm so excited to see your toggles. For sure you have so many different things and different ways you want to move your character, to interact with the community, to for many inside jokes as well, like funny little
Yes.
things that you can do. And Stream Deck is very helpful to do that because you can actually use some of the plugins that we have for VTubing programs to toggle
Yes.
those toggles, I guess for
Yes.
lack of better word. So do you want to showcase some of those to everybody or talk a little bit about how you use Stream Deck in your setup?
Um, I'm down to showcase. I feel like I'll
Hey,
show it better than I can talk about it, and I have a video camera too of the Stream Deck, so you can see me pressing the buttons live. So yeah,
awesome.
I'm down to go to showcase and
All right,
show this
let's
stuff
do it.
off. Awesome. All right. So I do have a button right here. So I'm pressing a button now. Bum bum to show off
Wow.
my webcam. Very nice, very nice. I tell people like the Stream Deck is nice just for like s- being smooth on stream, like moving the model instead of going into my OBS and shrinking my model. Boom, I can just put her back, and now she is on full screen mode, my full body right here. So that's very nice. So I have these toggles here just for moving my model around. So we can go very, very close when I need to
Oh my
tell chat
god.
what's up. Very, very close. Back to the full body. And then I'll show on another screen. I have like a corner for when I'm gaming and stuff and a bunch of other fun things. But these are like the main this is my favorite thing with VTube Studio integrated with Stream Deck. Just moving the model just makes it so much more seamless. So you're not pressing everything. And then of course I have buttons over here for adjusting my model stuff. Here, let me go back. So I can take off the head, and I need a button too to lower the arms so I can still do expressions and
Oh,
stuff
nice.
and all of that. And then I press that, bring that up. My wings are very big, so sometimes they get in the way of the game. So I have one to shrink them. Very good.
Is it painful
Um,
when the wings shrink?
um, a little bit plain, a little bit painful. I won't lie, but it's worth it. I have these up here. You can't really hear on my mic now, but these adjust my mic so when I have a high pitched voice, a low, deep. I call it my daddy voice, the daddy bug voice, the deep voice, an echo. I have even more toggles, so I have to go into a separate folder here for some stuff. So I do baking streams. So I also have like a chef outfit here. So when
So
I go into
cute.
baking streams, we have the ponytail, so many. Um, I can be bald, which is everyone's favorite. Oh, and also, of course, I can also be bald with the head off. That my favorite part is like these two little antenna on the top. I told the artist who made my model, I was like, we need to add these two little weird little stalks on me. And
That
of
is
course,
awesome.
we can let's see here. We can take off the nose if people so desire. It looks very scary, especially while I'm bald. You can see, yeah, in chat they're posting the bald bug emote. Very cursed. But one of my favorite things that I have in the stream deck is when I get hype trains. I have it all laid out for level 1 through 5. So each time we gain a level in the hype train, I my nose
Oh,
grows and I have it all the way up to level 5. So my chat likes to say that I turn into an Among Us. So we have this at level 5. Uh, very, very scary Among Us head. And of course, if I need to speak, I can take off the head
wow.
and everything, and it stays on there. So that's very fun. So yeah, I just go through. Of course, you can like automate this stuff, but for me, I like having more control of the timing and everything. So it's perfect for the stream deck. It feels like live puppeteering and everything. So I like to have control because, of course, sometimes something can be happening and I want to wait a second to react to something and then press my toggles. So Stream Deck is perfect for that. I have it integrated with VTube Studio as well as Mix It Up. So I have like cheering stuff integrated.
Cute.
In this scene, I added some, they'll show up in a second. Some grubs that I can, there we go. There's the camera grub. So I turned those on for some foreground. That's what I call my community, by the way, the grub gang. So they're the little park guests and workers. So yeah, I can like turn those on and off. And of course, I can go to my scene area and we can go to different scenes. So I have the theme park scene, then we have the break room scene. And there I can add some cute little things with like the grub showing up, turn those on quickly and off. And then I have like the TV here. And of course, I have for this special scene, I have like a pose so I can quickly get out of the way of the TV. Very nice. And let's see. I have a bunch of, this is my main gaming scene. And I have something nice here that I just put into my stream deck. I added like a little frame feature. So when I click this button, the source should move away. Oh, here we go. And then
Wow.
go into the little frame, which is very nice. Before this, I was clicking it on and off in OBS, but now I just have an on and off button. So I'd hit that, and then I'm back in my full body mode, which makes it very nice. Just totally seamless. And of course, this is where I go into corner for gaming and stuff. So just a lot going on, but I love like the icons. I have like emojis set up. So I make sure of everything. Oh yeah, I have this button here to zoom into the little grub in my pocket. She can do a little fart too. Very important button. Very important button.
Does she talk?
She doesn't talk. I do have TTS, which I also
Oh,
it's
nice.
too much. We have to I think I'm going to be doing a takeover for Elgato in a little bit, and that's when I'm going to get into I have like so many little characters on screen that I control with the Stream Deck OBS, uh, just TTS stuff. So it gets crazy. But yeah, I can go like to my be right back really quick with the scenes. I can go to my ending screen very quickly, and then the starting soon, just like in this area. So very, very nice. Oh, I forgot. We were talking about the mascot head in real life. I do have a photo of it here
Wow.
holding the Stream Deck. So yeah, I have both the Stream Deck and then the Stream Deck XL. I've been streaming for like 5 years, so I did upgrade to an XL because as you can see, I have so much going on. So I was like, I think I need to upgrade. I need a larger one. Um, so yeah, Jasmine was telling me though, especially for today, that the Stream Deck XL is 20% off. You guys
Yeah,
added
it's
it to the Prime deals. So
kind of perfect timing because
yes,
literally yesterday they just voted for one more deal to add and they picked Stream Deck XL. So this is like literally like it's not scripted by the way for Big Nose Bug
yes,
to showcase Stream Deck XL. Just very lucky. We just wanted to see how you
yes.
use Stream Deck for VTubing. So this is awesome.
Yes. Yes, totally. And of course I have like commands for my chat and everything. This one is a little balloon. I can give everybody I have like a currency system with Mix It Up. So I give everybody a balloon if they're good. And then what else? I have like stream markers. So if something funny happens on stream, I just press this button and it's integrated with Twitch. So that's very nice to just mark some fun moments on stream so I can go back later and make clips. So, yes, that is like my whole setup so far. So far. There's so many like tier 3 like just stuff popping on stream all the time. So very fun. A lot going on. But that's my basic setup. I don't know if you want to go into detail with anything I showed or if there's questions or anything.
Yeah. You have some yeah, if you guys have any questions first, please feel free to ask them in chat, so that way Big Nose Bug can answer them now. This is a great time to ask not only about, you know, maybe their experience as a creator, but also using Stream
Yeah.
Deck XL for VTubing. You know, you're using VTube Studio, Mix It Up. So if you have any questions about those plugins for Stream Deck, great time to ask it as well. But also because we were showing you full screen, I need chat to know that the entire demo, I was just sitting here literally like
I saw you.
this is so awesome. I
That's great.
absolutely love the art style, and Chad even mentioned that your nails are on brand too, and you know what? Not intentional, but same. I'm
Oh
I'm
my
on the
god,
Big
I'm
Nose Bug
so
brand as well.
glad. I painted them like really fast before this happened because I was like, "Oh, I'm going to be showing as a VTuber, you're like, oh, I'm never on camera." And then, oh, my fingers.
Well, you know what? They even noticed it, so good stuff.
Yes. Yay. Thank you so much. Got to get the purple in.
All
Mhm.
right. So I guess one thing I want to ask is you did it some you had some multi actions in there, right? You were using it to do the
Yes.
frame, if I'm not mistaken. Uh,
Yes.
How do you think multi-actions, you know, someone who's a VTuber might not immediately think of multi-actions on stream, right? But how do you
Yeah.
think that would benefit some people who are either VTubing or thinking about VTube? And something pretty unique to Stream Deck where you can toggle like a list of actions sequentially.
Yes, yes. So I can actually, if you want, go in to here. Boop, boop, boop. And I can show off. Pretty sure this will work. Here, I'll hide this. So I have like the desktop app to show you. So a multi-action I did for like this frame thing that I did. Um, so when I go into the frame and everything, that requires like multi-actions. So let me show you. So basically you can see the V2, I have like an OBS source visibility right here. So I'm turning off the big bug model and going into like the mini frame size and also triggering the hotkey to resize my model too and turn on that frame. So this is a really good multi-action. You can use them too for like sound effects. So if you want something to pop up and a sound effect to happen, that is a very good idea. Very, very helpful if you want multiple things happening at the same time. I love multi actions.
Yeah. We have a question and some comments on chat from chat. Flob
Okay.
says, "No question, but I just wanted to say I'm very impressed with how much creativity and effort you put into your model interactions and overall artistic direction. Super strong brand image." I mean, I agree. I think you have you are like a prime example of like having the full look for your VTuber. You have these incredible toggles, you have even your community in there. They're so
Yes.
I think that's my favorite. I think I love the little guys like running across and in the starting soon it played for a
Yes.
second when they like ran in. That is
Oh,
so
yes,
cool.
yes.
It's so
Yeah, this
fun.
was, I think they're in chat. This was animated by my friend Magic Bunny Art. So I have like a bunch of friends in animation who help animate things. And then, of course, like I do some art myself with like the emotes and everything. And yeah, I actually did just do like a creator camp thing, just all about branding and everything. And that's something I really like. And I have like a whole lore behind my character in the theme park. I mean, I come from storyboarding and animation, so I think streaming, it's fun to just create like a whole mini world and like I said, like a mini cartoon to just entertain your viewers and involve your chat. They're more than just chat to me. They're the Grub Gang and they work at my theme park and they contribute just as much to my story as I do. So it's really awesome. And it's a great creative outlet just having creative control over all I do on my stream. It's awesome.
Yeah. We have a question from Sifter who says, "On your stream, how do you even get into how to build something like this? How did this
Hmm.
like I guess what was the start? And for anybody in chat who hasn't done something like this or doesn't even know where to begin, like how did that happen for you?"
Yes. So I started back in 2021 and I had a completely free model. It was this little slug guy that was just off of Steam. And I was using that. I didn't buy anything, I didn't spend any money, and I just had like my laptop mic, like very, very basics and everything. So like I said, I've been streaming almost 5 years now. So you gotta pace yourself. Don't A lot of people go in thinking they have to be like super streamlined immediately. No, like my streams have evolved so much over time. A lot of VTubers, if you're interested in like VTubing, I like to show off my model because you don't have to be the anime style. You can be whatever you want to be with VTubing, and you could start with a PNG. It's really easy. You just connect it to your Discord mic, so the image talks while you're talking, and then the mouth closes when you're not talking. And you can go from there. But yeah, the Stream Deck has a lot of stuff. At the Offkite booth, Jasmine was showing off a ton of PNG tubing toggles and stuff. So you can get really expressive and stuff uh, just with still images. You don't have
Oh, we may have a small little connection blip there. And while we get that sorted real quick, I just wanted to say that Big Nose Bear, sorry, I keep saying because of the bugbears, man. Big Nose Bug we just had a shout out right now in chat. They're on Twitch, so please make sure to give them a follow. Really, clearly, very, very talented. I also like if we can get a shout out as well for the artist, the additional artist. But yeah, too powerful, man. Too powerful. Oh, you're back. Yay. Just a little connection blip. It's okay. It's all
Listen,
good.
it's good. It's at the end, so, you know.
Yes, but well, you're back on. So I just want to say, or yes, there's a nice message from Flob telling you all about how much they really appreciate your brand direction, artistic image. Are there any final thoughts that you want to share with anybody? Anything that you think somebody who maybe is interested in Stream Deck XL, but they're not sure if they want to, or maybe any Stream Deck, they're not sure if that's a great fit for them as a VTuber yet, or maybe, just somebody who is interested in VTubing or somebody who's interested in watching your stream. Any final thoughts for the chat?
You are always welcome in my community. I stream on twitch.tv/bignosebug. You can always come over there to ask me questions. I am not about gatekeeping. I will tell you how I do anything on stream. I have like the credits of all my artists if you want to reach out to them to see anything. And yeah, I would suggest, like I said before, I got the smaller Stream Deck and I kind of upgraded after that. But if you want to, this is my baby now, so I just used my Stream Deck XL. If you just want to go for it and get the big one, like it's a lifesaver for me as like a visual learner, I guess. I need to see, like, these little icons and stuff. I can't just do hotkeys. I need to see my little fun images. So if you're like me, I think you would really benefit from this. And also, just, like, as a weird point, the tactile feeling, it's very satisfying to press these buttons. Like, they're nice and quiet, but they're, like, bouncy. I don't know, just a weird thing, but maybe you like that. I don't know.
And then I have one final question for you. I mean, you said your model's been evolving over time. Obviously your setup has also been evolving over time. What is the next toggle you're planning to add? Is there anything big and
Ooh.
fun that you want to tell us about? You don't have to, but if there's anything you can
Mm.
share with us now.
Well, I'm working on for the fall getting back into my 3D setup. So I might do like a 3D model with taking the head off and everything. So
Oh my
that's
gosh.
getting into the 3D. So I'm looking doing a bunch of redeems on the toggling system on Stream Deck and see what I can do. So that's my next plan for the fall.
Well, that's awesome. I'm super excited to see it. Also, I'm just super excited to tune in general. I also followed.
Yes.
So you guys need to click that link and you need to follow, okay? Because you were very talented and it's super cool to see all the really unique and exciting stuff you're doing in the VTubing space, which is like a space that's changing a lot over time, like only becoming more and more interactive and customizable and also lower barrier of entry. As more like free models become available, people can really become VTubers faster than ever before. So yeah, thank you so much, Big Nose Bug. I really cannot emphasize enough how much we appreciate having you on here. And thank you so much for taking time of your Friday to talk to us about, Stream Deck and your model. So please check can't ask for anything more than please go drop them a follow and check out their stream. But yeah, that being said, we're gonna have a video playing hopefully by Vic talking about Prompter, and she's going to show you how she uses Prompter to interact with chat, but also some more about what Prompter can do. And then after that, we will have a guest from Corsair. We'll have Christian here, and Dylan will come back. Dylan's our intern, so please, again, make sure to give them a warm welcome. And they will be talking about the deals that Corsair is offering for Prime Day. So yeah, thank you so much, Big Nose Bug. Have a great
Thank
rest of
you.
your Friday.
Thank you,
Bye.
everybody. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Bye. Let's see that video from Vic.
Hi, everyone. It's me, Vic. So I wanted to say hi, Elgato. Happy Prime Day. And I also wanted to share with you about the Elgato prompter. The prompter is an amazing tool. Not only that, you can use it as a secondary display. It's one of my favorite tools to use in my setup. And with that, I'm going to get started here and show you my screen. And I'm also going to pull up the prompter screen because you can actually use that again as a secondary display, right? So that's pretty neat. One of my favorite features, if I turn off the prompter here, you're going to see me on Camera Hub. Well, let's pull up my Stream Deck, right? So I have this button right here. It's preview to prompter. I customize the icons, but if we want to do it this way, it previews to prompter and I can show you the prompter, right? So the little text there is just a little feature I love using when I am actually doing content, which is going to be the next thing that we're going to talk about. So I'm going to leave the Stream Deck open because I'm going to show you a couple of different things as we do this. Let's go to the prompter tab and actually jump into the voice sync, right? So voice sync, you're going to want to make sure that you have your microphone configured. You're going to want to make sure that you have all of if you're using NVIDIA, right? Because that's how it works. You're going to want to make sure all of those things are set up, installed, etc. And then you're going to come here to voice sync. Me personally, I like highlight text. So as I say something, a highlight disappears. And then I also have it on auto loop. And then in order to activate it, you have to hit play. Or if you're using a Stream Deck, or in my case, a Stream Deck Plus, see that control widget right here on the dial? I just push that and now we see that it says active. So I could do this. Hi, everyone. I wanted to show off voice sync. How cool is that, right? Like it doesn't look like you're reading. it's that little extra, and it's one of my favorite features to show off. So we're gonna turn off voice control, and then we're gonna talk about the keys that I have here on Stream Deck. So you can go from text to display, right? And I could turn off preview to prompter so you could see the display. Me personally, I like preview to prompter because it helps me stay focused. And if I was looking at chat when I'm live, oh, we can fix that. When I'm looking at chat. So the reason why it's set up this way is when I'm using anything with a prompter, it makes it look like I'm not reading because it's right there in the center. But if I'm looking at chat, right, like most chats are going to go here. You can change the way the chats are. Me personally, I like my chats to start from the bottom. Do you need line spacing? Right? You can change the font size too. So, like, depending on what you can do when you're viewing, I feel like that's a comfortable spot for me to view my chat. Everybody is different on their customization, but you can customize it so it's easily readable for you. But I like to keep it like this. That way, I'm like, okay, here's the camera and there's my chat. And it makes it that much simpler when it comes to actually doing anything with a live stream. And then if I'm not doing that, right, like I said, I have content. So I could go and toggle on to where it has the text. And of course, I am going to have to reconfigure where I want stuff right in the middle. So this flow works for me better than I used to do, where I had to memorize everything and then do the video and make sure I was looking at the camera. This makes it easy. And you forget there's a camera there because you can change the brightness and the contrast. There is a really cool thing though, like if you're done using your prompter, there's the power button. I'm not pushing it because it'll turn it off. Okay, and then lastly, the last thing I want to show you is actually going to be window to prompter. I love using Wavelength, right, on my prompter. That way I can check the audio levels. I just wanted to share that these are my favorite features when using the prompter.
All right, thank you, Vic, for the great video on Prompter, and thank you, Big Nose Bug, for joining us on stream as well. Today, we have a special guest from Corsair today. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hey, everybody. My name is Christian. Some of you may know me. This might be some of your first times seeing me. I'm a short form video specialist for Corsair, which is a little fancy terminology to basically say I do like some of the TikToks and that stuff of that nature. But I know what you all must be thinking. Let's just get to it. Let's address the elephant in the room. You're all wondering to yourselves, why is this guy wearing glasses? Now that's because I can't see. I'm nearsighted, and I don't like contacts. I don't like put them in my eyes, and I don't trust LASIK because it's just a bit too much. I've heard the success rate for LASIK is a bit.
Yeah.
Have you heard about that stuff? I don't trust that.
I'm not really used to seeing people wear glasses, so that's probably like the weirdest thing that I'm seeing right here.
Yeah. No, totally. Yo, can we get W's in the chat? If any W glasses wearers in the chat, please. Thank you. But anyways, in all seriousness, guys, we're here to talk about Prime Day. We're here to talk about Prime Day, and it's the last day of Prime Day, which I think naming convention-wise is a bit weird because it's like, why is Prime Day 4 days?
Exactly.
Who came up with that idea? But yeah, it's the last day of Prime Day, so it's your last day to get some of these Corsair deals on Amazon.
And these deals are absolutely bananas.
Okay, we can take
Okay,
this
yeah.
off
Can
now.
I take this off now?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
That was cool.
I'm a bit potassiumed up, so to say.
Oh,
What's the limit on potassium that you're supposed to have per day?
are we talking about potassium here?
Yeah.
Or do you need
What,
calcium by any chance?
what is
Wait, yeah.
that?
They don't know the lore. They don't know the lore, but you know, we could save that for later, guys.
Someone in chat said, "Oh, they're humans." We had pretty good disguises. But
Yeah, I think the glasses
We're not
were-
We're not just gonna just drive past through this. What is this? Elgato milk?
This is actually Elgato Milk Mark 1.
Oh,
Wait,
I
Mark
see.
2 actually. Mark 2. This is the improved version, but
Uh-huh.
we still are working on improvements every single day,
yeah.
but we can't talk about future releases too much, but
Can I drink this?
I would hope you don't actually.
Okay.
I would hope you don't. But
Okay, no, that's fine.
something we can definitely get into
Yes.
are some special deals that Corsair actually has
Yes.
themselves.
Yes. Make sure you guys use !Corsair in the chat, and Nightbot will redirect you to some special links for Prime Day. But I think we'll just start front and center right here. Let's get some WW Productions in the chat. We got the Corsair K70 Pro TKL keyboard. Do you want to? You want to do? Chat is saying no audio.
You can
Oops.
imagine what it
Yeah,
sounded
not-
great. It
yeah,
sounded
yeah,
great.
Trust us. You guys trust us,
At
right? We
least
would
know
never lie to
voice
you.
focus works really well though.
Such a quiet keyboard. But in all seriousness, chat, before I even go any further, let's talk about the naming convention of the K70 Pro TKL. TKL, what does that stand for, Dylan? Pop quiz. What does TKL stand for?
10 keyless.
Yeah, you got it right.
Keyless.
W Dylan's in the chat.
Oh,
We got 10 keyless keyboard, which basically means this does not have the numpad. It doesn't have the numpad, which is great because, if you're hitting your 180 flick
Yeah.
shots, games like Counter-Strike, games like Valorant, you don't want your mouse to be hitting.
oh yeah.
That's not good.
I only lose games because of the numpad actually.
Probably some other reasons too.
Silver.
But wait, what games do you play? I never actually asked you that question.
I'm I am totally a Mortal 3 in Valorant.
Do we believe
Sean-
that, chat?
Sean's staring.
Do we believe
death
that he's
eyes.
saying he's Immortal 3? Who do you play? Who's your name?
I actually used to be a Halo Infinite main back when it came out. Obviously the
Really?
content wasn't the greatest at the time, but it's been a while. I kind of play whatever game I'm given nowadays. Actually, the most recent one. What console recently released?
The Switch 2.
Mario Kart.
Mario Kart.
I found my Mario Kart roots again. It was like, falling back in love with something. Not saying I'm the greatest.
That's.
But-
I mean, I'm not either.
None of us are, man.
Maybe Sean is. Maybe Sean. What do
No,
you think about
Sean is
Sean's Mark?
definitely
He's not good.
Don't tell Sean, please.
Okay, no, I won't.
Yeah, don't tell
But anywho, let's get back to the K70 Pro TKL, y'all. My favorite feature about this is the rapid trigger. Now, it sounds exactly like what the name would entail. You just press this super fast. No, it's not getting picked up by the mic, unfortunately, but you press that super fast, and your keystrokes will be registered very, very quickly because you
Wait.
can change the actuation to about 0.1 millimeter. So if you're pressing it, you don't got to go all the way down like that. You can just that just registered. That just
What?
registered W right there.
You don't have to fully actuate the switch.
No. And listen, if that's too sensitive for you, you can customize the actuation using IQ software. Well, how about that? How about that, chat? What are we thinking about that?
That is interesting. I've never seen that before.
Yes, and it partners great with our MGX Hyperdrive magnetic switches. So we have more technology that we need to talk about.
Uh-huh.
Flash tap SOCD. Now, when you're playing, let's say you're playing Valorant, you're playing Counter-Strike. Will this make me better at Counter-Strike? That was a great question. You hold A and D. Your character is just gonna stay in one spot because you can't go left and right at the same time, right? No, yeah, you can't. You won't even do a little shimmy. You'll just be stagnant, right? So with SOCD flash tap, if you're pressing A and you're going left, and if you press D, even though you're pressing both, the keyboard will register that you're just pressing D. So you'll just go right immediately. It's the Valorant Shuffle Pro Strat.
Is that what you
We need to mod that
used
guy.
to be a Counter-Strike professional?
I never thought you would ask that question, Dylan. I'm very glad that he asked this. Chat, let's give you some lore real quick. About a month ago, I was able to 1v1 a Counter-Strike major. At the time, he wasn't yet,
Mm-hmm.
but he eventually became a Counter-Strike major semi-finalist. I beat that man in a 1v1 10-9.
So you're basically a semifinalist.
I might as well be. That's how it works, right, chat?
You might as well
That's
be a
like-
finalist, actually.
That's the math on that.
yeah,
I think that's the math.
yeah, basically. So, how come? Are you just like trying to give other people a chance? Like, is that?
Yeah,
why
I
you're-
gotta level out the playing field. So, chat, make sure you guys
Wow, you're so generous.
just grab onto one of these. What's the percentage? We're 22% off on Amazon. That's
22?
a steal. Yeah, 22.
Wow.
There is video evidence, chat. Of course. Okay.
Intern versus 100 gorillas.
Wait.
Please.
Oh, I thought you were just saying stuff.
No,
That's
no,
someone
it's-
actually said that.
Intern versus 100 gorillas. I wonder what everyone else thinks about that.
I think. Wait. Oh, it's 100 gorillas. I thought it was 100
Oh, wait,
interns
100
versus one
interns, but-
gorilla.
Oh. They didn't even
Huh.
give me a chance.
I mean, hey, it's not over till it's over. I think you could do it. I think you could do it, and I really mean that, Dylan. You know, I used to think that your name was spelled Dillon for some reason.
Why?
I don't know.
I
I
mean-
just assumed.
Nothing wrong with that spelling.
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with that either. I think someone typed your name one time, and I was like,
Uh-huh.
"Who's? We have a Dylan?
A dial.
I don't know who that is. I know Dylan, but no, they're talking about you." So
Someone said you win one game and never play again. You have a 100% win rate. So do you have a 100% win rate?
no,
Like-
I won. Well, I didn't. I 1v1 5 of them.
Oh.
So I won against one of them. So I have a 20% win rate, which is still pretty good.
we gotta
still
move
pretty
on from this. We have to move on from this.
I'm not selling the. I'm not selling the
We gotta
keyboard
move
too.
on from that.
Anyways, chat.
All right, what's next, Christian?
Hey, well, one more thing that I would like to talk about are the pre-lube switches on this keyboard.
Pre-lubed
You don't
from
got to
factory.
lube these up yourself because they already lubed it up for you.
Really?
How about that? I wish,
I
I really do wish the microphone could pick this up because it sounds
Let's
great.
give that one more try.
Are you sure? You want to try it? Nothing. Okay, yeah. We'll just. It's okay. It's okay. We can talk about something
You'll have
else.
to find out how it sounds for yourself.
Yes. Go get one on Amazon, and go see how this sounds. Yes. All right.
Okay.
Which one? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Choose your favorite
let's
one.
let's get to the
You want to talk about the
headphones.
headset?
Yeah.
The
'cause
Void.
I think I want to talk about that last.
You want to talk about it last?
Yeah. That's
Sure
what I'm
thing. We'll talk about the Void V2 wireless gaming headset. This is running at, what's the percentage? 34% off on
This
Amazon
keeps getting
Prime?
Higher. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see why we should use that 34% off.
Okay, let's talk about it. First of all, this is the white one, right? I did my research before the stream. Apparently, I'm pretty sure the black version of this is already sold out. So this is selling like hotcakes. Okay, this is the last of its kind. You need to grab one of these headsets before they sell out because they just might. They just might. It's going to be in your cart. You're going to get cart jacked. Then what?
For the all-white setup enthusiasts, your time is ticking.
This is perfect.
Your
Can we
time
get a
is ticking.
W headset in the chat, please?
W headset.
W headset.
W
Thank you so
headset.
much. But anyways, this is compatible with PC, PlayStation, Switch, and mobile devices.
Mobile?
Yeah, you can use this
Oh,
on
wow.
mobile. Who would have thought? You know, and one of my favorite features about this is dual wireless. So you can use Bluetooth when you're connecting it to your PC, and you can also have a 2.4 gigahertz dongle connected to like a console. So you
Wow.
can press this button right here. Hey, I'm playing Counter-Strike on my computer. Let me go back to Mario Kart because I'm Dylan. I'm Dylan. I want to play some Mario Kart. Let's switch back and forth. That's real good.
We're assuming my favorite game is Mario Kart now.
Is it not? What is your favorite game?
It's been a while, but I think forever is gonna
All
be
time.
Minecraft.
Wait, okay.
It's always gonna
Wait,
be Minecraft.
You were
come
born
on.
in 2003, right?
2003. Yes.
Okay. Chat, we need to judge Dylan's top game of all time. I want to see chat's reaction to this. What is your favorite?
Wait.
I know I'm putting you on the spot, Dylan, but we need to know
I thought
because
we were talking about the headset.
you're listen. Go. Favorite game of all time? Time clock's ticking.
Well,
Capiche?
okay.
Someone said
Okay.
Minecraft.
I'm gonna say Minecraft.
Oh, okay, that's good.
and I hope the fellow 2003s in the chat, if there are any, back me up on this.
Any game is gonna be wrong.
That is
They
true.
got it
And
out for you,
I think whatever I say is not going to be
No,
the right
Minecraft is
answer.
a great choice.
There's no right answer here.
Minecraft is a real good choice.
Because what is the 2-week phase that everyone has every year?
Yes. 2-week
Every few
Minecraft
months.
phase.
What is the game that you always go running back to?
It is Minecraft.
What is the game that you find yourself putting this headset back on for every 2 weeks or every few months?
That game was made where I live. Where's Minecraft made?
Was it
Notch made that in Sweden, right?
Sweden?
We got shout out to
I believe it was
Sweden.
Sweden.
W
Someone
Sweden in
double-
the chat.
Someone fact check me on that, but I think it was
I'm
Sweden.
pretty sure it is. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it is. Best games came out between 1993 and 2005.
2005 was the cutoff, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, there are still great games being made.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if we're talking about prime years, yeah, I can.
Prime day, prime
Prime day.
years. Let's talk more about the headset, y'all. Let's talk more about it. This is very lightweight. So I know when you're thinking, you're looking at me, chat. I know some of you are thinking this at home. You're like, this guy's got a pretty big head. And I don't say that just to be like, I'm super big brained or whatever, but it's just because I say that because when I'm shopping for headsets, it's difficult. It's difficult for someone like me. Sometimes it's too heavy, sometimes it's too snug. But guess what? This right here
Mm-hmm.
fits like a glove.
Wow.
It's like a glove. Fits real snug. It's good. Link the headset or where can I find it? Use ! Corsair in the chat. Packet link, please. Nightbot's going to take great care of you. Okay? But yeah, it's great because when you're doing those long gamer sessions, like you will not feel a thing. It's like you're wearing almost nothing.
Let's see. I have a small.
No, try it on. Try it on.
Let's
Tell
see
me
if
what you
it's
think.
Also, small head.
Tell me what you think. Looks good too.
Wow, that's comfy.
Look at that.
Wow.
Give it on a scale of 1 to 10. What are you thinking? Give me a 10. Give me a 10. Come on.
Wait, did you say something?
Oh my goodness, he didn't even hear me. You
Wait,
know
what
why?
did you
You know why you didn't hear me, Dylan?
Why'd
You're probably using Dolby Atmos technology. He was so immersed in whatever he was doing, he didn't even know I was here. What were you immersed in? Were you immersed in Minecraft? Were you slaying the Ender Dragon? What were you doing? Tell me what you were doing.
I just heard ambient cave sounds that whole time I was.
He
in
was
there.
mining. He was mining.
Don't mine at night. by
What
the way.
ores did you find?
A lot of copper. Honestly,
Oh.
a lot of copper.
Oh,
Yeah,
never mind.
Nowadays,
I don't
want
want to be immersed in that.
No, you only find copper nowadays.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Chat,
But you
what?
said Dolby Atmos technology?
Dolby Atmos.
Wow.
Dolby Atmos technology. Dolby Atmos. So this is good for even if you're playing games, you're watching a movie, you're listening to music, you can be completely immersed in whatever it may be with this headset. It's great.
Probably will never leave your setup for those long gaming sessions with that.
But yeah, it's wonderful. What else do we got here?
Yeah. So I think we have one more item right here.
We do have one more item. It's a Scimitar Elite Wireless SE MMO gaming mouse. This is great. What's the percentage off on this? This is the highest percentage off, the highest discount of
This
all the
one right here.
products that we have here. Yeah, it is 36% off. Do we have any MMO gamers in the chat? Yo, any MMO gamers in the chat? Please let me know. Do you play any MMOs? I honestly
No.
don't.
No.
But guess what? We'll talk more about how we can still use this.
Yes.
Even though we're not MMO gamers.
Yes, actually.
Yes.
Imagine, actually, so we do have a keypad on the side.
We do have 12 keys on the side of the mouse. You see that? I do have a tool for you real quick right here. So what's cool about this key slider is that it's adjustable. So right here on the bottom, there's a little screw. This isn't the screwdriver that comes with the mouse. Shout out to Sean for lending this to me. But I want you to just untighten that real quick.
Okay.
Can we get that? Yeah.
So there's a little screw in the bottom.
Yeah,
Yeah, little
lefty
screw in the
loosey.
bottom. Okay, so you go counterclockwise.
Yeah.
And then do I do all the way?
I think that's good. Check that
Oh,
out. Check that out.
Look at that.
Adjust that.
Oh,
Adjust
so
that.
wherever your thumb is most comfortable.
Yes. Where would your thumb be most comfortable at?
I would say probably max. No, right here in the middle, right here. So I have
So-
I have it positioned.
Let's screw that back in.
We screw it.
Righty tighty. There we go. Perfect.
Not moving.
Locked in.
Wow.
Locked in. 12 side buttons, all customizable.
Customizable, actually.
Yes.
So, what is one? What's one use for this keypad?
There's many uses. You can use the entire mouse. I want to bring this up, especially on the Elgato stream. You can actually use this mouse as a Stream Deck. It integrates with the Stream Deck software. Yes, Roots. Use it like Stream Deck. Roots got it.
So, this is the wireless Stream Deck, essentially,
You might as well.
in your hand.
In the palm of your hand. What movie is that from? All the power in the palm. It's Spider-Man, right? Spider-Man says that. Or not, well, not
Not
Spider-Man. No. It's like,
So it's like having
Dr.
this right here.
Dr. Octopus says that in one of the Spider-Man movies. Chat knows what I'm talking about. It's okay. But yeah.
Wow. A
You-
Stream Deck on your mouse, basically.
Yes, so you can change the scenes. You can mute your microphone. If you hit a nasty clip, Xbox record that. You don't gotta use your Kinect. You can just press a button on your mouse. You got some shadow play clips for your Valorant montage.
Clipping has never been that
It's
easy.
never
Imagine
been-
getting clipped and knowing that they just clipped you with a Stream Deck on their hand, basically. Imagine. And then you see that clip and you're like, oh my god, how was that done so fast?
Imagine that being done with a hand cam too, like the overhead hand cam, and you just, yeah. Not gonna lie, I missed a Kinect. I never used one.
Be careful if you get queued into a game with Christian now. You're
Yeah.
definitely getting clipped
That's what's gonna happen.
with a scimitar.
Sorry, especially if you're a pro player. 20% win rate, by the way.
We could have left that behind.
No,
but-
I want to mention it. I don't want to do any false advertising. Okay, I'm an honest man. I'm an honest person.
Honest about his record.
Yeah.
So, out of these 3 deals that we had today, where's the case?
Pardon me. I put the
Okay.
keyboard on the side of the desk.
Yeah. Why did you put it there?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, chat.
Your
I honestly think it's my favorite deal is the K70, just because I got history with this. I got history with this because I beat a pro player with it.
True.
It's like
you should really frame one of these up.
I should
or
frame.
the
I
one
should
that you did
the
use.
frame the one that I used. Yeah.
Do you think it's going to help most users in beating esports players?
It could. It could. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you're in bronze, you're in iron, and you already aren't good at the game, maybe this won't help you that much. I think you're gonna have to watch some YouTube tutorials.
Or maybe
up
this
that
keyboard
game
will change
sense a little
that.
bit. Keep playing the game. But if you're already goated like me, it's a game changer. Literal game changer.
Okay.
Like I said, chat, use exclamation point. Corsair, Nightbot will get you taken care of. Shout out to Nightbot, W Nightbot in the chat.
W Nightbot. I
W
think
Nightbot.
my personal favorite has to be the Scimitar.
Yeah.
SE
Yeah.
wireless.
We adjusted. We adjusted it for you. You can keep that.
Oh, thanks.
That's yours. That's yours now.
All right.
Can we do a trade? Can I get something from you guys?
Yeah.
Oh.
Here.
Okay. Stream
We
Deck.
just traded Stream Decks,
Is
basically.
this being on sale for Prime Day as well?
It is. It is. Yes. What was the % off for the Stream Deck Mark II? We are fact checking so that we do not feed you false information. Give it 1 second. 20% off in the US. 27% off in the US. So it's
27?
$109.99.
What about 6.7?
What?
I said, what about 6.7? You know about 6.7?
All right, so we're gonna take this mic from you now.
Shut up, sorry.
Oh my.
Oh my goodness. I wanted to do a bit on the last Corsair stream. I didn't get to do it because I forgot about it. I just remembered it.
Okay.
It's about the Void Wireless V2, right? Check out this microphone, guys. This is an omnidirectional microphone. I'm going to put it on. Let's say it's late at night. Give me this real quick. It's late. Let me get in the zone. Let me get immersed. It's late at night. You're gaming. It's 3 a.m. It's a school night. It's Thursday. It's Friday tomorrow. You have a big test. You have a big exam that your mother knows about. Guess what? When you're sitting at home,
Yeah.
it's one of those moments you can almost feel which family member is coming up to your room based on the footstep tempo?
Oh,
Yeah.
fear.
Guess what? You feel the tempo? It's your mom. Your mother's coming up and she's angry. She's angry. And you're talking to all your boys, so you're talking to all of them. You're saying great comms. And guess what? She busts through the door. She busts through the door. But guess what? Everything that she says, completely negated. Nobody in your Discord chat will hear the atrocities that she's about to say and unleash onto you because you can just flip up the microphone. Guess what? You're muted.
You're taking
muted.
one for the team, not letting the rest of your team hear everything.
Yeah.
And you're keeping the comms straightforward with your team. None of them are going to hear your mom telling other commands in the background,
Yeah.
confusing your team,
Oh,
and therefore losing your match.
yeah.
Just by flipping that mic up, you just saved the whole game.
Yes. And you've
idea.
also saved your dignity because otherwise, your group chat's going to be flaming you for like
Oh, wow.
the rest of eternity.
El
You know,
Mom.
El Mom.
El Mom
Yo, El Mom
comms.
comes in
El
the
Mom
chat. Oh my goodness. Oh. Yeah. So you were born in 2003, huh? We did a video with Dylan on the Corsair side, and it was basically asking all the interns company wide, like, what year were you born in and what game, like, or console came into that time.
Oh,
And
yeah.
this young gentleman decided to just deviate from the rest of the pack and say,
I don't follow the script.
Say what you said. Say what you said.
I said I was born in 2003 when LeBron James was drafted.
That's a great fact.
Sometimes I can't remember what the script is.
Yes. But it's all good.
Yeah. But this has been a great time with you, Christian.
Thank you.
I
Likewise.
loved learning about the Corsair deals today.
Thank you.
And this is the last day of deals, right?
This is the last day of Prime Day.
Time is ticking.
So make sure
Time
you
is ticking.
guys go grab some of these deals, some of these products that we have right in front of me, and you'll have a jolly old time. Thank you so much for having me. I've had a blast.
Thank you for coming on, Christian. And we have a video coming up from Call Me Franco, and he'll be talking about DaVinci with Stream Deck. So thank you again for joining. Thank you for
Dylan.
listening for Corsair Deals. And we're going to see a video by Call Me Franco now.
What's up, everybody? My name is Francisco, and today I'm going to show you how to edit your videos in DaVinci Resolve using Elgato Stream Deck Plus. Using a combination of hotkeys, dial stacking, and multi-actions, we're going to be able to navigate the timeline within DaVinci Resolve so that you can edit your VODs faster without having to memorize all the different key commands within DaVinci Resolve itself. In the app, we're going to click a dial, and we're going to select Action Trigger, click and hold it, and drag it over to your dial. And we're going to be able to bind 3 commands, one command rotating it to the left, one command rotating it to the right, and one command pressing it in. So the first dial that I use here is usually to navigate the time frame forward or backward by 1 frame. In order to do so, we go to System, click and hold Hotkey. We're going to drop it here and we're going to assign it, and we're simply going to hit left on the arrow keys. We're going to go here to hotkey again, click and hold and drag to the right rotation, and we're going to hit right. Now the middle press command, we're going to drop a hotkey in here and we're going to do Control / and that is my split command. Now let's add another layer of control, because not only can we move forward or backwards 1 frame at a time, but we can also move forward and backwards 1 second at a time. And similar to the first dial, we're going to take Action Trigger, drop it in on the second one, and we're going to grab our first hotkey. Now to move backwards 1 second at a time, it's Shift and left on the arrow keys. And to move to the right or move forwards 1 second at a time, it is Shift and right. So my fully executed profile looks like this. I'm able to undo, delete, add a marker. I can select the clips behind where I just split. I can move up the timeline. I can move down the timeline, back and forth across different split clips. I'm able to save my project, and I can immediately go to the first page in my profile. Have you noticed how at the bottom of Resolve, there are different pages so we can go to do different things as part of our editing process? We have the cut page to basically cut it down to size, and we have the edit page to make some more fine-tuned edits, as well as adjusting the volume for every different audio track, right? Wouldn't it be great if you hit a button on Stream Deck that took you to that page and also automatically sent you to the page on your profile in Stream Deck Plus to automatically have all your commands at your disposal without having to navigate the actual pages themselves? So multi-actions are actions where you can stack multiple commands with some delays in between them to execute a series of commands with a single keystroke. I have a Shift 3 hotkey that automatically takes me to the cut page in Resolve. I have a 100 millisecond delay, and then I also have the command to take me to the second page of my profile. So right now I'm in the edit page of DaVinci Resolve, but if I hit the multi-action key right here, it'll automatically take me to the cut page. And as you can see, I also have the second page of my profile, which is specifically made for the cut page, pulled up and ready to go. So all in all, with this setup, what we can do is we can move across our timeline 1 frame at a time, backwards and forwards, 1 second at a time, forwards and backwards. We can split clips where we deem necessary. And once you've done that, you can go ahead and traverse the entire timeline 1 clip at a time, backward, forward. And then if you want to delete everything behind this clip, we can select everything at once, and we can go ahead and delete everything as well. And if you find yourself in a spot where you're like, oh man, this would be a great spot to have some sort of B-roll, you can hit this button and add your marker in right there. Now, if you need to go to the edit page, we hit the 1, we go to the edit page over here, and not only can we do everything we can do in the cut page, but here I'm also able to zoom in or out the entire timeline as well to make some super refined cuts. Using Stream Deck Plus as a controller in DaVinci Resolve to just do some very basic functions has saved me a ton of time, and it can do the same for you. And if you're interested in achieving this level of functionality, then I got good news for you. The Elgato Stream Deck Plus, the XLR dock combo, will be on sale this coming Prime Day. So do yourself a solid and pick yourself up one right now, because this is literally not only the most important piece of gear that I have in my setup, but my favorite one as well. So until next time, y'all take care and have a good day. Peace.
Was there bananas?
Were there banana men on my stream,
Were,
Bruno?
were there bananas?
I take one break.
Yeah, but me too, though. Like you and I, we take a break for 30 minutes, and there was bananas?
Banana men?
Was that a fever dream? Huh?
Am I taking crazy pills?
I actually think my mic still might be low.
Oh.
Because we were matching that.
We had to.
We were matching that energy there.
Yeah, it looks okay. Yeah, we had to.
Yeah.
We had to make some on the
Yes,
fly
literally.
gain adjustments because
Because we don't have energy on Friday, but they had
they
energy.
bring the Friday energy that I wish I had on a regular day.
Yeah. Do we need more gain from me, Mariel? We good on the
Nah,
gain?
you look good.
Are you sure? Does
Welcome
it sound
back.
good?
Looks,
Perfect.
sounds good.
Awesome. That was a little bit of a fever dream. The best fever dream. I gotta say though, I came in right at the end, and they're like, "Oh yeah, if you're like, iron or what is silver, whatever." I'm like, "I'm silver.
Damn.
I'm silver."
You try
I
your
do.
best.
I do need to watch videos. Maybe I try.
Maybe watch some like smoke videos like.
Well, no, I'm Jet. She's.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I don't got lineups. The thing is, for somebody who is very bad at aiming, I play a character that requires a lot of aiming.
Is that the one with the knives?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
I thought I read. Have you ever bought an Elgato product and now has changed the poll? Have you ever thought about Elgato?
Do you know what Elgato
Yeah, we have
is?
a poll running right now. Have you guys bought any Elgato products during Prime Day? We've talked a lot about the products out this week. Maybe some of you decided to buy something based on what you've learned. Maybe you were already ready to buy something, and now that you've bought it, you want us to learn a little bit more. But yeah, just type yes in the chat if you have bought any products, and type no in the chat if you want to get banned. Kidding. Could you imagine? Oh my god, if we auto modded no, so nobody could say no. That'd be crazy. We did
Sorry,
not.
it's a banned word in the channel.
Yeah. So only yes. Actually, somebody said no.
Burrito
and it did
came
go
back
through.
spicy.
It's one word. You just have to say yes or no, I believe, for it to count. Yes, I want to get banned. Yeah, it's the end of the last day of the sale.
We have what is
So-
it? 24 minutes left of the live stream week.
Yes. Night Rain asks, did we buy any products? We work at Elgato, which means we have too many.
I actually
products.
did buy a product.
Oh, you did?
I did.
What'd you get?
I bought a Stream Deck Mark II for a friend.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Mhm.
Cool stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have multiple Mark IIs. I've got multiple mics. I've got multiple mic arms. And then stuff that
You
hasn't
just
even
got a whole
come out
production
yet.
house.
You just by working here, the value of products kind of just disappears. You just have a lot of them, which is crazy to think, because in 2017 I bought a Stream Deck, and I was like, this is a purchase. This is an investment. And now I've seen countless Stream Decks.
I'm going to create content. It's like the holy grail. and you just see your future in front of your eyes.
Yeah. It's like you don't know it yet, but you're about to have so many stream decks.
It's contagious.
Yeah.
Addictive,
it-
contagious. What would you describe getting multiple stream decks? Addictive?
I don't know. It's like when you feel the power of the keys, you kind of want more. You get drunk for power.
That sounds a little like a drug, a little bit.
What?
You like the feeling of the power of the keys, and I want
Power.
more. Or
Press
maybe
one, it's
more,
like I need another
maybe
press.
you're just Palpatine at that point.
We-
Unlimited power of the keys.
You know what we should do in the future?
Unlimited. What?
We should say we're gonna do 4 days of streams like internally,
Mm-hmm.
so that we know that there's like 4 days. But then actually it ends on the 3rd day, because the 4th day this is just what it is. We're just it turns into nonsense.
I'm just having a good time.
And chat joins, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Who joins?
Chat.
Oh, so we just have a 4th day of us just chilling and yapping.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do like a I know some people wanted to see like a D&D stream, but maybe just like a character creation workshop, like how to create your character.
How to make your character.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also think we could do next time like capture on the last day and just play Mario Kart.
Ooh.
That's probably not.
Yeah.
Probably good.
And just
Yap sesh, we're down. Well, while we yap, we might as well run our last giveaway here.
What is the giveaway?
The giveaway is going to be for an Elgato Marketplace neon light.
This one. Behind you.
This one behind me.
This one right here.
Look at that production quality.
Yeah.
Thank you, Marielle. She panned me out of the screen. This is all done in post, by the way. I didn't move at all. Like this is how advanced our setup is. See, look, right.
I think that's a
Whoa.
lie.
Oh,
Are you lying to
I
chat
lied
right
on
now?
purpose. Chameleon, hi, how's it going? Yeah, so we're gonna be running a giveaway for an Elgato Marketplace neon light. What do we? What is the code word?
Thank
I don't
you.
know. I have some that Jasmine sent earlier, but yeah, that could be good.
Just thank you.
Thank you, one word.
one
We're
word.
not running it yet.
Yeah, don't type it in. It's just
That
an
could
idea.
be good. What,
Yeah.
what do you think, Jasmine? Jasmine in chat. Our resident Jasmine in chat.
Resident Jasmine. Chris Klump.
Hi. Yes. Okay. All right.
Cool.
Let me go ahead and get that set up. Any thoughts while we're kind of wrapping up here? Anything you want to talk about?
Anything I want to talk about? I think. What do I want to talk about? What do you guys want to talk about? Do you have any other final questions? Do you have any inspirations? Do you have any things that you might want to just say, hey, Elgato, thank you. I don't know. I'm inspired to hear you talk about leaks.
Well, when I went on a trip like last year, when we came back from the trip, there was the sink had like leaked water, like just dripped over time.
Yeah.
And then it didn't mold yet. Like we made it right on time, but it was like it messed up the wood.
Mm-hmm.
So that was
It warped it.
I did have to deal with that leak.
Yeah.
Yeah. That actually, this is a true story, by the way. And we are renting, so we did have to fix it.
So
and make it look like it never happened.
So they want to know about leaks. So I'm going to say that if you do want leaks, head over to your local grocery store. They're usually in the onion section.
Yes.
The big long green ones.
Yes.
Chop them up. Get some potatoes. Make a really nice potato leek soup. And that's a nice good lunch right there.
Yes. Mr. has a good question. Do we stream deals for Black Friday and Cyber Monday? So what we've done in the past is we've had the US team stream Monday and sometimes Tuesday, and then the following Monday for Cyber Monday. But yeah, we are off on those days. We're hoping that this year we can maybe have stream ran. Well, we had the Germany team continue streaming in German, but hopefully in the future we can have people outside the US who are not off and who it's just a regular schmegular old Black Friday, not a holiday. You can have like we can maybe have some more streams then. So we'll see what we can do this year. But yeah, we do stream around Black Friday time. So make sure to, I guess, come back then, which is in like what at this point going to feel like 2 days. We're gonna blink and we're
Yeah.
gonna be here. Hey everybody, we're talking about our Black Friday deals.
Right.
Shop them at elgato.com.
Next thing you know, it's gonna be August already.
Yeah. It's basically already August.
It was very cool to have a French stream this year.
Yes, did you tune into that? I am so proud. I guess while we're, reaching the end here, I do want to say a huge shout out to our regional social and partnerships teams because they did an incredible job for 3 of the regions. It was their first time hosting a stream like this on Elgato. So huge shout out to the Japanese team, the Spanish team, and the French team for doing incredible streams this week.
Knocked
And
it out of the park.
absolutely knocked it out of the park.
It was,
Yeah.
you know, for those that maybe don't create content, or maybe you're just a fan of Elgato, and maybe you don't stream. Streams take a lot of work.
Yeah, especially streams like this.
Yes. So
This is not like a normal stream.
I think I said this, I think with Amazon, with Elgato Week or something like that, but like this stream is essentially like a month-long project.
Yeah.
With sourcing the gear, sourcing the lights, getting the overlays made. Shout out to our design team, who have killed it with this Amazon Prime Day overlay for this event. Everyone behind the scenes, everyone creating assets, our community for those awesome videos, the community for giving up their time to join us here. Thank you to Julian, also all the way in Munich, Germany,
Who has been locked in.
yes, calling
watching, like,
in
all the
remotely
streams.
from Munich and giving up his Friday night to sit and talk with us about Elgato stuff. Everyone that is involved in these, it is a long process. As you know, we did stream for 4 days in a row.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm losing my voice.
And yeah, and it just after the stream, the day doesn't end. We kind of start our day at 2 p.m. to make sure everything is getting done and all the fires are put out from our regular day. So
yeah, we're gonna go on a nice team lunch. We're gonna debrief
Yes.
the streams, come up with new ideas of what we can do next time because we did add a lot of new stuff this
we
time.
did, yes. The remote
yeah.
guest, that was new.
That was new. The
Or-
remote guest, the live polls that anybody can vote
Yes.
in.
So the onboard questions, the polls, all of that was a new feature that we are working with. New audio stuff.
Yes.
We're upgrading our audio. And just all around every single stream, we want to make it a better and better experience for not only us, because
Oh, bring up the questions.
bring up
That's the new
questions.
cool thing. Like we have a new method
Oh
for
yeah,
bringing up
so
the
the
questions.
questions and the polls.
Oh yeah. But
Yeah.
the questions look so clean
Yes,
now.
absolutely.
It looks awesome. So yeah, we between each of these kinds of streaming events that we do, we're really thinking about ways to step it up for the next one. And I already have some ideas.
Same.
And I also want to shout out the Germany team who streamed again. This is their, I believe, 3rd time joining us on one of these streaming events, and I didn't even have to mention it this time. They already knew it was coming, so they were already on top of it, getting guests ready. And they do a great job having in-person partner guests and community guests. So it's definitely something I want in the future is to have some people in person.
A little bit of budget to get them out here.
A little bit of budget, let them fly them out, a little hotel situation, get a nice dinner after. I think it could be really fun.
That sounds like a good time.
Yeah. So I also wanted to shout out, people like Chris and, Marielle behind the scenes because I did throw a lot of new stuff at them this year and they took it very gracefully. And some things I probably could have told you about a little bit earlier, but you were still ready to go and ready to run with it.
Always happy
so
to.
yeah.
I'm always happy because I do a lot of the tech direction, but I don't really have my finger on the pulse of the everyday, regular kind of new things that are coming out. So this sorry, what is it?
Social Stream Ninja.
Social Stream Ninja is what we are using for our polls and our questions on screen. And just learning about it and you walking me through the process of getting those features on screen is something I'm definitely going to take into my personal productions from that.
Yippee! Also, we're going to keep saying thanks, but I do want to, so many nice messages in chat. Maybe we can queue those up and talk about them during the giveaway. You guys are so nice. We do want to start this giveaway, though.
So,
because you know what else is nice? Giveaways.
And
we want you to win this Elgato Marketplace neon light.
we like neon lights.
Yeah, we like neon lights.
Also, shout out to the awesome mods. Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you, Not James.
Sir Crest, Jasmine, we had Brandon as well. Yeah, kind of all of us were hopping in and helping moderate and answer questions in chat as well. But yeah, let's start this giveaway. Type thank you, one word in chat to enter.
One word.
One word, just thank you. Yeah, just thank you.
Type thank you, and we can thank you by possibly
away a
giving you
neon
this neon light. Yeah.
Well, not this one. You'll
No,
get
yeah.
a
Yeah,
new
you'll
one.
get
at
a
the
brand
back.
new
Yeah,
one.
this
That
one's got fingerprints on it.
Mhm.
Maybe
Yeah.
a little dusty now.
Probably.
Yeah, so just type thank you, one word. Capitalization doesn't matter. I mean, it's nice if you capitalize it, I guess, but it does not matter.
It is not case sensitive.
It's not case sensitive. So, yeah, type it however, whatever cursed capitalization you want. It will work. But yeah, good luck, everybody. And while that's running, you guys can keep entering. I also wanted to say a huge thank you to the guests who join us. You guys were incredible. I mean, we also had like a new system for bringing on guests. So there was a couple hiccups behind the scenes before they went live, and they were so on point. They were ready to
Professional.
go. Very professional.
That's the only word I can use to describe them is
It's yeah.
professional.
It's always great working with our partners, creators, and community because you guys always, you bring forth the best, and it's always just a pleasure to work with you. Also, huge shout out to everybody who submitted a video for us to showcase. I mean,
super useful.
we can do all the demos we want, but at the end of the day, until you see it in a real setup, like that's when you really get it.
Exactly.
So that's why we love showing those videos, and I know they're always also very excited to submit them, which is really cool. Like you're like you recorded a video for us to show here, like that's so nice.
And it's and it's not like a 20-second clip. Like these are
No.
4-minute videos. Who are that? The community members or content creators are creating these 4-minute videos that they send us, but that 4-minute video is probably cut down from like a half hour.
Yeah,
They
for
do-
some of these people, they spent good time
they-
working on it.
A half hour, probably even more. That's not including the editing. That they take the time and the energy that they do it to then create their video and give it to us for our stream. It's we're super thankful.
Yeah.
Always.
Swesh said the prompter demo was very insightful. Yeah, the next person I want to thank is also Phil. Phil did a lot of the demos this week.
Yeah.
So huge shout out to Phil for going through all those products and demoing everything. And you as well. You also demoed like Facecam Mark II and all of that fun stuff. So yeah, huge shout out to everybody who's been on stream. Dylan as well, our wonderful intern this year. He did an amazing job. We actually were only meant to have him on one day. We scheduled him for one day, and he was like, I had so much
This was
fun.
yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah.
Yeah, post stream, he came up to Burrito and was like,
I had so much fun. Put me back on. So we put him back on today, and he did another incredible job with all the banana nonsense and the Elgato milk. Shout out Elgato milk. Shout out the delivery driver who gave us that.
who made a mistake.
It's like my kind of humor that like we got that, and that's to me that's just hilarious that they gave us an extra thing.
The best
and
part,
so random.
The best part is the order was correct plus the milk.
Yeah.
It'd be annoying if like
They substituted the chips for milk.
yeah, or like you didn't get like the can of the case of Mountain Dew, and they
Yeah.
gave you a gallon of milk instead, and
No,
it was
they
like
just gave both.
yeah,
So yeah, shout out to the delivery
Amagon
driver.
Prime. That one's yeah.
Amagon.
I am Amagon Prime.
That's so good.
Megatron.
So yeah, I've been using Elgato products ever since my college roommate showed me Game Capture HD. It's always so much fun to
Nice.
learn more and see what new things y'all are cooking. And we are cooking.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. Chris is not joking. When this is done, like we're literally filming videos. Like all week we've been doing that after every stream is filming videos and taking photos and working on so much stuff. Product team doesn't let us rest.
No,
No.
there's no rest for the wicked burrito.
We rest once we've made every product that can ever be made.
It's like Thanos. Like now I can sleep.
This will be a fun month. It'll be a very fun month.
Is that for some reason I read that like the old oh my god meme. You remember
Ermagerd.
I am Ermagerd Prime, leader of the Ermagerd.
You can shop our Ermagerd Prime deals on Amazon.com, on Amagon.com. So yeah, that's the main thing I want you guys to take away from this is that you guys can shop our deals. So you can just check them out too.
Yeah.
You don't have to buy them. The page is not scary. It does not bite.
There's about 10 hours left to get those
Amagon?
I almost did it again. That was authentic too. To get
I
these
noticed.
Amazon Prime Day deals, you can get them on Amazon.com or Elgato.com. And also the
Yes,
Stream
that's
Deck
a good note.
Plus XLR dock deal. I know that sold out on day one. I know a lot of you were looking forward to getting that deal.
We hear you.
Yes, we hear you. It will not be on Amazon directly, but it will be on Elgato.com this weekend, right?
Yes.
So if you were looking to get that bundle of Stream Deck Plus with the XLR dock, keep an eye out this weekend. We were told it will be up on Elgato.com, not Amazon. So
Yes.
you still have a chance to get the bundle. Keep an eye on that webpage. It will be updated once we have confirmation that we have stock.
Yep.
Unfortunately, we don't have that information on hand, but we were told it will be there.
Yes.
So
And I also want to give a huge thank you to the web and channel marketing team for working really hard to make sure that the website is accurate, up to
looks
date, and
beautiful
looks
too.
so good. And they also were getting our stream on that page every single day. And some people here as well. Thank you guys to the people at Corsair who ran over and they're like, when are you guys ending so I can take it down? Because we end late for the Germany team. So they hopped in to help us out, make sure that, all the stuff on the webpage was handled. So yeah, huge shout out to the web and channel marketing team for making sure the deals are not only live and running and getting additional stock where possible, and across so many different regions too. So huge shout out to you guys, and thank you for all the updates and stuff you've given us throughout the streams. Linux says, my stream deck has been a lifesaver, not just for content creation, but I even bought one for my classroom, and it saves me so much time for teaching. That is so cool. If you want to share a little bit about how you use it in teaching, I would love to learn. You should join our Discord, and if you can maybe share it in Stream Deck Showcase, I'm super interested there, because we've looked into it a bit, and I have some ideas of how some teachers have been using it. But if you have any really creative things that we might not have noticed or thought of yet, please do let us know. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing. Yeah. Oh,
But-
look at text asking about the Explorer page.
They are, yeah. I saw that.
Wow.
By the way, Chris, did you show off the beautiful Elgato Explorer page? I didn't. But if you, we launched this project webpage. I don't know what you want to call it. We launched Elgato Explorer a few months ago, and it is a amazing project of the Elgato team, the tech marketing team, to provide very informative and easy to read articles that are generally specific to your tech questions. Not James in chat is kind of the ringleader of his circus of monkeys. We're the monkeys.
Shout out.
James is amazing. He curates amazing articles, and we help him write them. So check out Elgato Explorer. We are looking to grow it exponentially and try to provide as much data and as much, not data, but information that other community members like yourself or people out there in the content creation streaming world might want to read about. And I hope we do it justice.
Yep. All right, are we ready to roll
Let's
this
see,
winner?
what do we have? We have 6 minutes.
Should we
Do you have any plans this
got
weekend?
any plans this weekend? I'm gonna rest. I'm
Yeah?
gonna sleep in,
Yeah,
because we've been showing up here early every day
yeah.
to the office.
We leave the house pretty early just to make sure that everything is running
Yeah.
very well.
I think every day I've woke up at 6 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right around there.
Yep.
And also, I just gotta say, for 4 days of streaming for, 4 hours a day?
Just about.
10, 11,
Yeah.
12. Yeah, because we went late a little yesterday.
Yes.
Not one stream crash.
You're jinxing it.
We got 5 minutes. If it was to
You're
happen
jinxing it.
today, hey, I'm gonna talk about it because
I know one of the region teams had one crash. Yeah,
okay.
out of their control, just one crash. You're jinxing it for us.
No, we'll
But
be
yeah,
fine.
I'm a little scared now. Someone's gonna unplug the Corsair internet.
Well, it was funny when I took my break and I went for a walk. I turned the corner and it's just a ghost town, and I was
Yeah.
like, my brain went, "Where is everyone?" And I go, "Oh, it's Friday."
It's Friday.
Friday.
They are working from home.
Yes. And I was it got I was like, I looked around and I was like, I had a
Big
little.
Nose Bug in
Oh.
chat. Thank you so much
Big
for
Nose
joining
Bug,
us.
thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Your I was behind the scenes for your section, Big Nose Bug. While Brito was like this, I was equally behind the camera, also doing this.
So cool. I mean, we're just we're big stream nerds, I guess is the best way you can call
Stream
it.
Deck nerds too.
Especially Stream Deck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I love seeing anything where you just get really creative with the stream and do
Yes.
things that you just push the envelope further about what's possible to do
Mhm.
while live, especially as one person.
Yes.
Uh,
especially, we've seen Chibi Maharu Jasmine's
Oh, yeah.
VTube studio setup. She has shown it. She's brought it into the office. She's shown it firsthand.
Her like 3 Stream Decks and Stream Deck Plus
Yes,
and Stream
her
Deck Pedal.
her like 3
Is it
XL.
4 now? I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. And you're just like, wow, Jasmine, this is amazing. And then like, you know what effort and how much energy Jasmine puts into her streams. And then you see it happen again, and you're like, I totally forgot how much time and effort and creativity this takes. And it's just it's revitalizing.
Yeah.
It's rejuvenating.
I mean, this is what I love. This is like my favorite thing. Like another thing right now is Xenon Edge. I've been telling everybody behind the scenes, we got a Xenon Edge, we borrowed it from Corsair. It's not out yet. It comes out, I believe, September.
Mhm.
We got an early one, and I am like, I love stream peripherals and like any tech that relates to a setup for gaming or streaming. That's why that's why I work here. Honestly, that's what got me into this.
True.
But
Same.
Xenon Edge is like my new like nerdy thing. I'm just like, it's so freaking
Just
cool.
thinking about ideas, what to do with
Yes,
it.
there's so much you
yeah.
could do, especially with like Stream Deck, virtual Stream Deck on there.
Virtual Stream
Oh, my
Deck, its
goodness.
integration with IQ.
I can't wait for you guys to get this. It's so
yeah.
cool to use. We're using it right now.
And it, since it is touch, you can have a touch virtual stream deck now, like either under your monitor or on the side or on Wave Desk Stand, which is a great use case scenario for Wave Desk Stand and Xenon Edge. I'm really looking forward because I've seen it firsthand how it integrates with things from IQ, like temperatures and fan speeds and CPU usage, and seeing live graphs. But I'm really interested to see how it integrates with gaming.
Yeah.
One of the things we're working on now is with in the sim community and sim industry, being able to see your, if you're an F1 sim racer, seeing the angles of your tires, seeing your fuel usage, stuff like that, right there on Xenon Edge, and just tapping the edge to change the things that F1 drivers would change on their steering wheel.
Chris, it's that time where both of us could stream like 10 more hours. However, the team needs lunch.
That is true.
The team needs lunch. Well, it's already 1:30 for us. We do need to start wrapping it up, and that includes wrapping up the giveaway.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and draw the winner.
And you're like, the team needs lunch. My brain was like, Chris need lunchy.
What?
I'm hungry.
Okay, he's hungry.
I'm
See,
getting
didn't you
Delulu.
hear?
I'm getting
He's
Delulu.
hungry, guys. Chris is
10:30
hungry.
p.m. for Okatech.
Wow. Yeah, thank you guys for different time zones joining in. And also Sean was on the stream
Put
as well.
that man
Thank you, Sean.
to bed.
All right. Let's go ahead and draw the winner.
What is for lunchy?
Now I'm picturing you in a little slumber with a little hat.
Give me a little onesie, a little comfy blanket.
All right, let's draw the winner of this
Crispy
giveaway.
needs lunch. Who
All right,
wins?
give me a countdown.
In 5, 4,
4,
3,
3,
2,
1.
1.
Anawi Ban has won. Elgato Heart, you're already here.
Wow,
you
look
won.
at that.
Congratulations.
Anawi Ban, instant response time. Look
Yeah,
at that.
I think they were just typing that normally, and then it just so happened that they also won. OMG, congratulations. You have won the giveaway and our last giveaway for these streams of the Elgato Marketplace Neon Light. So yeah, thank you guys so much. I cannot emphasize enough. You guys are taking time from your day to learn about our products, to find out how they fit into your setup, and also join in on the memes. You guys
Have so much fun.
immediately hopped on these memes with Elgato Milk and Amagon, and what else?
Phil's retinue of memes.
Oh my God, that's a fancy word.
Retinue?
Yeah, word points.
Thank
Good
you.
job. Good job. But all that being said,
yeah.
Can Phil, can you bring over Sean and Dylan to do like a final wave? We'll end with everyone. Oh, they're taking pictures. They're working. They're working right now.
Thank you for this week,
Yep.
Phil, Burrito, Chris, and Mods. Thank you, Dark Knight Rain, for being
Yes,
here. I
thank
think I've seen you every day, so we always appreciate
Yes.
your attendance here at our streams.
Have a good lunch. Thank you all for your hard work. Thank you, Chameleon. Thank you.
We
thank you.
gotta get the team.
We just
together.
want to bring over some people for the final wave. It's always so cute, and then we get a nice little gift for Slack from it. We're like everyone waving. It's always so cute.
What is for lunch? Did we plan? Pig Radio. My favorite name.
Yeah, right. Big Radio was here earlier too.
Uh-huh.
Always joining us on these event streams. Thank you. It's like it's not an event stream without Pig Radio there.
Right.
All right, they're coming on over here to end the stream.
thanks.
There's Phil. All
Gonna
right.
drink this
Get over
Elgato
here.
milk to end the. No, we are not
over
opening
here.
that Elgato milk. Come on, Marielle.
You don't have the end screen there, do you?
Yeah.
Okay, you have the be right back button there, so you can
I
press
do.
that, and then we'll end.
Yeah.
Oh, we need someone to raid. Jasmine, give us someone to raid. Shout out
That milk
to
is
everybody.
rancid. Do you have the milk? Oh,
Milk is in the fridge.
Oh, he needs some milk.
Oh, we had to do a. Okay,
Yeah.
wait, we should have done a giveaway between all of us. Who gets the milk?
You dropped the ball.
What?
You dropped the ball.
I did drop the ball.
It was your idea.
It was my idea.
Oh.
Okay, rock paper scissors.
But anyways, how are we gonna do 6-person rock paper?
Well, whoever
scissors?
loses goes to the next person. Just
Okay.
keep going.
Okay.
Rock paper scissors shoot. Okay.
Oh.
Rock paper scissors shoot. Rock paper scissors shoot. I don't know what I was doing.
What
Those
the-
scissors.
oh, that
Those
was-
scissors.
that was-
Those
that-
scissors. I lost. I
That was
lost.
paper scissors.
That was
right
scissors.
there.
Those scissors. I got nervous.
Wait, do you want to win the milk?
Phil apparently wants to
Yeah,
win.
right. Do you get, if does the winner get to choose who wins the milk? Oh. It was destined.
It was kind of meant to be.
It was
Wow.
destined death.
It's now your problem.
Yeah.
Do you have any words to say?
You wanna-
The milk has been my purpose this entire Prime Day week, and it's just full circle that I get to take it home with me and definitely not drink it. You guys will hear an update on Twitter if I drink it, though.
Oh my god.
Record it or it didn't happen, Dylan. Make content out of it.
Coursera is releasing all legal liability
Yes.
if Dylan drinks
All
that
right.
milk. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching.
F's in the chat for Dylan's stomach if he drinks the milk. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you so much for being
You
here.
can click the be right back button.
Thank you so much for watching.
Oh no, Marielle's got it.
Always a pleasure.
We're rating Melon's Lord.
Prime Day next 10 hours.
Happy
Am-
Amagon Prime.
I am Amagon Prime.
Bye.
Bye,
We're rating
everyone.
Melon's Lord. Bye.
Take care.